What is going on, everybody? And welcome to episode number 89. Guys, 89 episodes. That's
89.
fucking wild. It's
That is
crazy.
wild.
I was just saying, like, literally when we were coming in from the podcast, like 11 more to 100. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do for episode 100. Like, I said I should show my face, and Scruffy was like, "Nah, bro." And then I was like, "Should I show my penis?"
Naked. Yeah, I said we should. I mean, it can't just be you though. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna leave you alone doing that. You know.
I mean, should it be like the full figure, or should it be like my robot is naked? Because technically, my robot's already naked. You know, like.
So we'll see like your gadgets, all your circuits.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
You can see my joystick and my balls.
Whoa, I do not want to see your joystick, sir. Do not want to see that.
Too bad it's already there.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
but
you're red, Sid. You all right? You angry? Is
no,
that you showing your emotions?
it's dude.
Yeah.
I'm actually. I want to say, if you're here live, by the way, you can see what I'm pointing at. But it's my like Diablo display wall. I'm actually very proud of this, like the way it looks. It's really, I don't know, it's really dope. I got Lilith, I got Inarius, I got the Butcher, I got the, I don't know, I forget his name. What's the guy that you had to kill that was the druid's son that got stabbed in the heart? Spoiler alert. No, not Udyr. Anyway, the map sanctuary, one of the Banshees. Who? No, Donan's son. Remember his son got killed?
I remember his son. I just don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm really proud of this. But anyway, no, it's Diablo. It's Diablo-esque because it's all red and all that kind of stuff. So.
That's his whale wall.
It's your
that's his whale wall.
Your Lilith summoning portal is all that red and everything.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
That's the wall that he's had. You've had what? You've had Hades on there. You've had this on there. You've had.
I didn't have Hades on there. I had Dead Cells. It was my Dead Cells poster.
For like the longest time. Yeah.
My bad. So that's his whale wall. Yeah.
It's not my whale wall. Even though I did have League up there, so that's true too. That's moved over to this wall over here. So, but welcome in everybody. Episode 89. We are live across Twitch and YouTube. And
Who
one
knows,
day
maybe
Kick.
No.
Or Rumble.
We could go to Rumble.
They have come to us with a contract. We're debating.
If you're wondering whose voice that is, by the way, if you guys have forgotten, that is Scruffy. He has returned from his vacation in Maine.
And honestly, guys, I've missed y'all. I missed y'all
so much. No, you didn't. You were eating so much lobster, you didn't give a shit.
Okay. I was eating
double
good.
Double fisting them lobsters, bro. He's just
those lobster rolls, one hand, boom.
Don't do that. That does not look appropriate on camera. Don't do that. So,
oh god.
But dude, it was amazing. No, I'm happy to be back. I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I really did miss y'all. You know, watching the podcast over vacation and listening to them. Like, damn, I wish I could be there. I was there in spirit. But but you guys, you guys did good. You guys did good without me. You know, I know I'm the back brace of this podcast, but it's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's why my back hurts so much.
Literally, like right before the show, he was like, "I gotta be able to do something. Y'all are doing everything." Well,
yeah.
Anyway, well, Scruffy is back, but yet we do have vacation going approved for Bill. We did approve him to be on vacation.
Approved is such a it's a vast term. He just took it. I didn't approve of it.
Well, I'm letting you guys know that July 29th, I will be on vacation. I will not be here.
I didn't approve of that either.
Don't expect him back the following week either, because he'll come back with another illness.
Probably. Right? I will probably come back sick. So it's all part of my master plan to only work half the year. Yeah. So, but anyway, episode 89, we are here. We're going to have a great show. You got a lot of stuff to talk about. And again, if you can't join us live or you have to miss out on part of the show, make sure that you go to anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. Go check out some of the links, or you can go over to YouTube and see some amazing videos. We actually just dropped one. Enigma puts together an amazing video about the Steam Summer Sale. You can go over there.
Hasn't been dropped yet. Hasn't dropped yet.
Oh my god. Well, okay. Well, spoilers alert. You can look forward to it. It's coming. But in any case, we also have shorts that are going out. The team puts out some amazing content. Make sure that you go and check that out. Of course, also too, if you want to check out us as streamers, you can do that. Scruffy is over on YouTube and I think Twitch as well. I think you're
in and out. Yeah, mostly YouTube still, but yeah, Twitch in and out
on both. Bill obviously is on both YouTube and Twitch. And Enigma occasionally when he throws up a stream is over on Twitch and and the PH and the PH, can't forget about that.
Yeah, always.
I have made a switch that I'm probably going to get flamed about.
Oh God, are you confirming this?
Over to kick.com. So
he said
kick.com.
a switch
You
too,
can
not just like testing the waters.
You can catch me over on Kick. Anyway.
It's not all you're going to catch over on Kick, unfortunately.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Okay, let's save it for the Kick part of the news. Okay.
Some diseases over there.
In any case, if you're new to the show, we talk about the streaming platforms every single episode, and so we kick off this week with the news about good old Twitch. And Twitch actually had some pretty interesting stuff that came out. It actually just came out today, and it's not out as far as official, but they are testing the waters with basically including a TikTok style feature for their clips to make discoverability a better thing. Honest to God, like I don't know why they didn't have this a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying.
To be honest,
they need something like this for a long time to especially compete with YouTube Shorts. I mean, the clips right now on Twitch too. Like clips aren't even a category. Like they're a hidden category essentially. All it is like you click on a clip and it will recommend you some other popular ones. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's honestly just a place for live stream fails. Like it's literally a thing for LSF. Like that is what clips are there for. And so if this goes through, I think that's a really cool feature. You know, the ability to give kind of discoverability. And I mean that's one of the strongest suits for YouTube is like if you can use shorts as a streamer or content creator over there, it's one of the most powerful things that you can do for their algorithm to get you views and seen. You know, even us, we've seen it. Like we had a short for what it was Nintendo, right? Enigma, I think that went viral.
Video.
That was a video, but yeah.
But it went viral, and you know, it's amazing. So you know, and it brought us subscribers and things like that. So for Twitch to be able to implement that, I think is a phenomenal feature.
I'm curious to see though, is if they actually allow you to upload your own clips, because I don't know, because that used to be a thing on Twitch. You used to be able to upload videos, believe it or not. I don't know if that's even still a thing.
Yeah, I think it still is.
I just don't think anybody uses it. Yeah,
it's extremely
nobody
well
uses
hidden.
it. It never even worked well. But I think they really should bring that back and allow you to upload 60-second clips. I don't think that's a hard task for them to
yeah, but I don't think Amazon or Twitch wants to put the investment or money into that. Like I don't think that they see the.
But they don't see it, and that's them just being blind, because that's literally money making right there. That's shorts and TikTok. That's all it is.
Well, the problem is that the shorts aren't monetized, so it doesn't make them any money. Like they're not on YouTube, but on Twitch. Like clips don't make any money.
Shorts are monetized, but they're monetized through advertisers paying to have their shorts integrated into your search.
Clips on Twitch aren't monetized.
I know, but what I'm saying is that shorts are in a way that you're not going to get ads run, but you can. I mean, they can integrate.
But they're gonna integrate in between ads now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would assume that they would. I mean,
and so that's what I'm saying is like they're going to put ads into this, so they're going to be making money off it. Why not put more emphasis on this? Actually make it a real category to upload stuff. I don't know. I think it would just benefit them in the long run.
Yeah. Well, they've got thousands and thousands, probably millions of clips that are just sitting there not doing anything.
Exactly. I was gonna say, like, if it's just gonna feed off like clips that people make of your stream, like how's that gonna work? Because people can just click the clip button, it makes one. You don't even have to name it, and it'll still go into the. So I can't imagine it's gonna pull every single clip. It'll probably only pull clips that get traction or something.
Yeah, it would pull like I would imagine it would probably pull popular clips
or something like that. Yeah,
from the most from your follow list or something of that nature, right? But I mean, in any case, any way that it's going to allow for more discoverability, I think is just a win for Twitch. You know, they need to do something. They've had a lot of negatives, a lot of losses right now. And they need something that's going to be able to.
Don't worry, they'll fuck this up. It's all right. It's
maybe not. Maybe let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they'll do something right here.
The benefit of the doubt every time.
So, but yeah, so that's the Twitch news. The other side of it that we've got, kind of focusing in. This is more on the YouTube side. I mean, RiceGum was a semi Twitch streamer kind of thing. He was more on the YouTube side.
All around.
I honestly truly thought he gotten banned. like permabanned
Wait.
off of Twitch.
I think he did.
I thought so as well. Yeah.
But I'm not 100%. I don't want to be quoted on that, but I believe he did. But I know he definitely streamed on Twitch back then.
Yeah,
I remember he did.
But
yeah.
then he went kind of MIA for a while, I believe.
Yeah.
So this was like a shock to people.
But he is going to Rumble. Like, I don't to be 100% honest. Like, I've seen Rumble. I've went to Rumble. I've looked at it or whatever else.
I was just gonna ask. I don't know what the deal with Rumble is. I
don't even think Rumble knows what the deal is with Rumble.
Barely checked it out.
Like this to me, it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, because like, okay, why? Like Rumble, what are you trying? Like, you know, I don't know. To me, I don't know how much money they spent for Rice Gum. You know, I don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, well, Kick should have picked him up, or I don't even think Kick was actually even in the running as far as like actually wanting to sign Rice Gum. You know, I think this is almost.
I thought he did say that Kick he got an offer from Kick.
I mean, I think that he put out there that like his tweet was basically saying that he was being offered a contracts through several different platforms. What I interpret that as is YouTube was probably going to pay him some money, and I think Kick probably was like, maybe if it's cheap, we'll pick you up, and then Rumble. Like I don't think it's $100 million deal, right? Like I don't think it's something over 50 million.
I don't think that we've seen $100 million deal from Kick ever since XQC. I think they blew a lot of their load on XQC.
I was going to say, and I don't even think XQC was $100 million.
Well, we know he got stakes. Yeah.
Like,
but I don't think that. Like I'm looking at this and just his announcement video or announcement stuff or whatever. Like I don't know. I seriously, I think it's like Rumble is just like, okay, sure. Like we'll pay out some money. Like I don't know. I mean, anyway, if anybody cares, I mean, Rumble is a streaming platform. You can go over there. It reminds me a lot of Trovo. Like Trovo is very much of a like mobile platform. You know, if you take a look at it, like it's very much kind of the same. I've never looked at Rumble as being like an actual competitor. Like you know, in this space. I don't even think that they could really compete with like Kick. I think it's Rumble and Trovo are the two that are like in the same park. So but that happened. So there was that one if anybody cares about the Rice Gum news. On the more YouTube side of things, hey, PC Gamer, let's get an ad. That's awesome. Speaking of ads, YouTube is going back to war with the ad blockers, basically testing out a 3 video limit. The whole concept here is that YouTube can't stand and hates ads or hates ad blockers because that's obviously a revenue driver for them. And so they're cracking down on it. And if you're not paying them to block ads, they're basically saying like, you know, well, you're going to have to see them. So this is a constant war. I mean, this is just a constant thing that they do over and over and over again. This is nothing new.
This isn't big. This is just never gonna end, even with Twitch and
I wouldn't really call it a war. They constantly lose. You can't really call it a war if you're constantly losing.
That's true.
Well, so basically what they're saying is that if you're running an ad or if you're running an ad blocker, what they're going to be doing is basically if the ad blocker blocks 3 ads, supposedly they're going to stop the video. The video is just going to stop working. So you're not going to be able to watch the video is what they're kind of implementing.
All right, I'll refresh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that's going to look like, but
it's one of those things where it's like Twitch does kind of a similar thing with their ad block bullshit where they check to see if you've actually been watching the ads, and if you haven't, then they'll force it. They force you to watch. They essentially just force you to watch the ad. The ad block crew, like as soon as they posted that fix for their ad blocking, had a fix for within like 20 minutes. Like this, you're not gonna win.
Always got the upper hand, like no matter what.
We've talked about this multiple times now on the last few episodes where it's like ad block, like starting a fight with ad blockers. Like I hate to tell them this, but like Google's a great company, and I'm sure they have some of the smartest and best coders in the planet. But like the people that are doing like the ad block shit,
that's all they do.
That's all they do.
That's all they do. So that they dedicate all their time to block ads. they will always win because YouTube is not going to put all that time into to fight against them. They're just not.
So essentially, this is the message that you would also see, by the way. You know, is basically saying like, hey, you're gonna, you know, after 3 videos, it's gonna be blocked. To be honest, like I know it's in premium, but I swear to God, if they were to do just like a, hey, we're gonna give you, you know, like a turbo, like a Twitch turbo, but make it, you know, cheaper, or make premium cheaper, right? Where you could not have to ever have ads. Like, I mean, dude, I think it would make a shit ton of money.
We talked about it a few podcasts back, where it's like
package like a free sub in there.
If they just do like a YouTube Prime or whatever you want to call it, like and it had ad blocking like Twitch Prime had before, like people would buy it left and right. Like,
yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I'd probably buy it.
So just be mindful if you guys are using an ad blocker, you are probably going to see this message at some point in time within your life, and then obviously they'll update the ad blocker, and then I don't know, YouTube will go back. So moving on to Kick news. Aside from cocaine being shown done during a stream, what was the other one that we said that was happening? Ice Poseidon. I mean, Ice Poseidon getting arrested. That wasn't on Kick. He was just
I thought the tweet said on Kick.
No. He's a stream. It's saying he's a streamer on Kick, but he is getting arrested. He didn't show what happened. He was getting arrested for the
what was that? I don't know. I just saw a wild thumbnail. Maybe that was just something they pulled from
I mean, possibly. But
I don't know.
In any case, the news here.
No, it said 100%. It said right here that he on Kick stream he was doing a lap dance, an obscene lap dance.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and then Dexter Ice Poseidon facing 5 years in prison for obscene lap dance on Kick stream live
in Thailand.
And his crew of Kick streamer friends, when their shenanigans upset a manager. On June 28th, Ice was partying it up inside the restaurant wearing lingerie and giving his girlfriend Kimberly a lap dance that she won't ever forget for all the wrong reasons. Shortly after the dance, the manager showed up and had the streamers arrested.
Wait.
Streamers.
The Ice was wearing the lingerie?
Yes.
I don't. You shouldn't.
I'm not pulling it up.
I would not play that. But yeah, I'm watching the video right now, and it is not pretty. No,
I don't want to see that. Anyway, okay. Well, aside from all that news, Kick has introduced the ability to basically close out the pool and hot tubs as well as the gambling stream. So if you don't want to see it, you don't want to be, witness to it, you don't want to have it show up in your featured streams or anything like that, you have the ability to disable it. So
that's pretty shocking to me. That's something that I wouldn't see from Kick. We've been asking for Twitch to do something similar like that for years. And then Kick's the one that does it.
Well, I mean, I think that's what they're trying to kind of hit at here, right? Is the fact that they're able to, they're willing to mobile
at Twitch.
They're willing to mobilize and change within that's what this tweet is basically over the last 48 hours, right? They're making a jab at Twitch saying we can do it in 48 hours. Why can't you do it? Blah blah blah. Whatever else, like
that's all they've been doing is jabbing at Twitch, and I mean, hey,
yeah,
they're marketing guy. I mean,
my view on it is like it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I do like the fact that they implemented it, and I do believe that Twitch should implement it. But in my eyes, it's still just kind of a sweep the issue under the rug situation, where they're just like the biggest issue with it is that people have a problem with those two things. I don't know personally why they have a problem with it. Like again, it's one of those things where you can take the moral high ground and be like, oh, I don't like gambling on my fucking video game site. Well, then you should have the same problem with Twitch, because Twitch has the exact same thing in terms of like the fucking fantasy football bullshit, right? Like they have all of that shit on Kick or on Twitch as well. But yeah, to me it just feels like a I don't know, it feels like a weird flex. Like, hey, we hid 2 of our problem areas, so you can't see it. I think, fuck you, Twitch.
I think the biggest thing there is that not to say they're not like taking that stab at Twitch, because I don't even think that they would have cared about this as much if Pokimane Hassan did not get into it with XQC and this whole idea and ideology of, like you said, taking a moral high ground. I don't think Kick would have cared. I think that they're like, what, we don't want to disable gambling and hot tubs. Like, that's
yeah, they're not going to do that because that's their moneymaker right there. So I think they're just finding like the middle ground, really.
My biggest thing,
all avenues.
My biggest, what I think is going to happen though is like you're just going to have exactly what happened when Twitch told the hot tub streamers that they couldn't do that on just chatting streams, right? Like they finally had to channel. They're just going to move to another channel. Yeah, they're just going to move to another category.
I don't know. I mean,
it might
like
happen,
we already have it.
Kick's moderation seems a bit more tight, like than Twitch.
Okay, what I'll say here's what I'll say about it. Here's what I'll say.
Twitch staff is in shambles. They don't do shit.
What I'll say about I don't think that you'll see the category move. I don't think that you're going to see them leave that category because it's kind of, it's something about Kick that's just like, oh, this is my category, this is what I want. So like you don't see those streamers in a lot of other places. Like it literally is just like that's their home. So I would actually I don't think you'll see them move to other categories because of it.
I was reading something, or maybe it was Bill had brought something up the other day. I don't know if it's true or not. I personally didn't look into it, but somebody was saying, or I read somewhere that Amaranth was doing a hot tub stream while she had like speed runs going on in the background, so that she could be in a video game category.
Yeah, I mean they'll definitely find loopholes like that. They've been doing that for years on Twitch.
That's what I'm talking about. Is like they're just gonna. If Kick makes it so that it's hard for them to get viewers in the category that they're in, they're gonna move.
And let me rephrase on the whole moderation. Twitch's moderation is not great. I only say like Kick is a little better, not like chat moderation per se, but like content being streamed. I think they've tightened up since their launch on what people stream and what actually goes out. So I'm not saying like anything like they probably.
I mean, they're definitely very fast about,
but
like
they respond fast.
I mean,
they see it a lot.
They're fast specifically and especially around like nudity and stuff like that. Like as it happens, like they are banning. If it's not to say that like I will say like I've seen nip slips and stuff like that have occurred that they don't ban those things. But like
worse.
Right. But what I'm saying is like there. And in fact, I was in a chat where another person was basically streaming somebody else's content that was live at the time and saying that they were them, and they were spoofing their content. And Kick immediately banned them. Like it was an immediate, just there was no question. It was just banned instantly in chat. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying they're great. All I'm saying is that they do act fast, but also too they act fast because they're small, right? They're not Twitch.
True too, yeah. That's my biggest.
Fast,
that's the one thing that I need to point out. Just like we pointed out last week with the 10 million or whatever signups in like 7 months or whatever. Like you got to remember that like Twitch has been around for a decade or more, and they're owned by a fucking large entity that in order to do any kind of change has to go through so much bureaucratic like business bullshit that is not even funny. Whereas like Kick can literally just be like, oh, we want to change this today, fuck it, let's do it, because they don't have that kind of system where it's like you have to go to manager X and put forward the X whatever X idea is, and then manager X needs to take it to
that's also a fault.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
It's
I'm
also
not saying that's a good thing.
That's a fault of Twitch. Like Twitch had the ability to not have to go through that. I mean, Twitch. The reason that Kick exists is because Twitch failed. Like Twitch is failing, right? Like let's just 100% call it what it is. Like the reason that this platform is even a thing is because Twitch has made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake and left the door open for something like this to occur. And so that's the only thing I'll point out is that it's the whole like moral high ground thing and everybody.
I think my biggest thing is like if you don't think that the same shit's going to happen on Kick in a couple like 10 15 years.
I mean maybe not. I mean maybe not. I mean I'm not saying that it's not. I mean what Kick reminds me of is the early Justin TV days, and we've said that multiple times, right? So yes, it very well could end up being the platform, it could just basically become Twitch, right? After a certain amount of years, and so be it. And then if they do, then guess what? The evolution will happen again, where they'll leave the door open for somebody else to create another fucking platform that will just kind of continuously do the same thing. I just
never-ending cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't know. I still don't see Kick as the thing. Like, yeah, it's great. It's growing, and I'm it's a great thing for it to be Kick being a competition for Twitch is going to definitely push Twitch to make better decisions. But I don't think that Kick is ever going to beat Twitch.
Maybe.
Personally.
I don't know. I mean, again, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Just because I'm there, I'm not the one I'm not gonna be flying a green flag and putting a Kick banner up on my background.
I still can't believe that you fucking went over the dude.
I mean,
like, really? How many moves is this, Sin?
Let's see. Twitch.
You went from Twitch to Mixer, back to
Twitch. Well, to be fair, Mixer, I mean, shut down. I mean, it's so.
Well, you went back to Mixer twice, didn't you?
And YouTube. He went back to YouTube twice.
I've been to YouTube twice. So Mixer shut down, but the reason I left Mixer originally was because of FTL didn't work. Like their system didn't fucking work, so I couldn't stream there. So
I don't know, man.
Well, he was about to go to Sim was about to go to Brime, man.
Yeah, no, I tried a Brime stream.
I would have rather you went to Brime than Kick personally, but whatever.
It is what it is. I mean, it's yeah. I mean,
that's all right. Give him another couple months, he'll be on Rumble. All right.
I'll be on Trovo. Yeah. So it's fine. Stevens has a category just for me specifically.
I love you, man, but I gotta stick with what I said. Like,
it's all good, man. I completely understand. What I will say, some of the things that I do enjoy that is over there is like the fact that you get 50 emotes right out of the gate, like animated emotes, regular, you get it right out of the gate. If you're familiar with Twitch, it's literally they copped Twitch 100%. I mean, it's Twitch just in green and a better split payout for a split.
The biggest thing that I'm not a big fan of is the fact that like they count your views as soon as the viewer goes in there, and whether the viewer is there, you still have the view. So it's an inflated view.
Their view count is all messed up right now. Many people have been stating that, and I don't know what they're going to do about it.
Well, it's one of the things that's even said here. No, I mean, I think they will. I mean, I think that they're going to
eventually they will have to.
I think they'll crack down on view botting. Obviously, like Destiny went over there and he had like 170,000 viewers.
That's what I'm talking about. He had on YouTube, he was barely pushing 3,000, and he had 170,000 over there. Like,
that was blatant. That was completely blatant.
Yeah, which he has not done. Which I think I think Eddie, who's the owner of Stake and the creator of Kick, I think that because he has not done that since, right? Like he is like, I think they're very much of trying to make sure that is not an allowed thing. But I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, and we'll kind of continue to see. But yeah. So, any more on Kick? You guys want to talk any more about Kick? No.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
All right. Well, there you go. So moving on to what we've been playing, Scruff, I know that you've not been playing really anything because you've not been here. Myself and Enigma have been playing Diablo, which we'll talk more about in the news section of the show because there was a big dev diary that came out today. But I have been playing this. I have not played it on stream yet, so we are watching. This is the announcement trailer for BattleBit Remastered.
Nice.
If you are unfamiliar with BattleBit Remastered, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. I mean, this was probably 10 or 15 episodes ago. Whenever we all played in the like beta, whatever it was, like test server kind of thing. What I'm gonna say right out of the gate is, do not, like we said it before, do not let the graphics fool you. Like, yes, it is like Roblox style graphics. But I'm gonna tell you right.
I would say unturned.
Yeah, it's so good. Like the gameplay, the feeling, like everything about it is just amazing. This is literally Battlefield.
Can get immersed in a game that looks like this. They really do a good job immersing you, which is that's a tough feat, honestly.
I think personally, like from the amount of times or from the stuff that we've played and like the times that we played in the beta, I need to pick it up. I think it's like $15. Like,
yeah,
I actually picked up the big boy.
It is so cheap, and I think that they could charge more for it if they wanted to. Like honestly,
I mean, like that's why I picked up the 30. Because like I want to support them. I mean, it's only like two or three devs, right? Like that's it.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very small. It's a very small team.
But what they do
like
in this game is impressive as hell.
This game outperforms and outdoes like Battlefield. The new one, 21. Was it 2142? 2042. Yeah. Like I had more fun in this than I did in Battlefield 2042. Like and like it feels smoother. The gunplay is better in my opinion than Battlefield 2042. Like they have so much shit in it, and because it's such a low poly like game, I feel like they can just pack a lot more shit into it. They can do
so much. And not only that, not only them. Oh, they can open this up to modders if they haven't already, and then 100%. It's unlimited what they can do. You know, I was already thinking like, dude, what if they open this up to modders and you get like a Battlefront, like a Star Wars, you know, mod.
Dude, this could literally be like the new Arma. Honestly, like the new Arma 2. Like they could literally turn this into.
People are already asking for a BR.
Yeah, but the backbone for all of that shit that Arma did.
You can make a BR. You can make a open world survival. You could do anything with this game. I'm sure once they I'll open it up to that. Like it's
well, the impressive thing too is like the integration system or the upgrade system that they have for their weapons. So I don't know if it'll show it on here, but like when you're unlocking your weapons and actually upgrading them, like it shows you like detailed stats that you would expect to see in like a real world, like a ultra realistic
like
sim,
squad,
and you know, all of these things. It shows you like bullet drop. You have like all of these like extra elements that you can really fine tune and tweak, and all the weapons have like under rail, side rail. You know, I mean, all the things that you would expect from like a AAA game. It does it so well, and even a lot of the feeling of shooting. You know, I was like, when I first booted it up, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna feel, because it's block style, so you're not expecting the shooting to feel good. It feels amazing. Like it really, it feels phenomenal, and
like weighted, heavy, like you're not just shooting, you know, BB guns, like
right. Like
I was really impressed with the sound design too. Like the actual like weapons sounded like they had punch to them. Like when you lit off a mortar or like an RPG, you heard that funk, you know, and it felt like.
Wait to get into the helicopter like combat, because like there's like their last, I think
they didn't have any vehicles. Did they? They had like
played.
No, they had the Humvees. I thought. Like I thought that there was like Jeeps and like 4x4s, but we didn't see any like boats or planes or anything like that. Yeah,
like rappelling. You see?
Yeah. So that's still so one of the things I will kind of complain about, and I understand why they have it, but it is something I really wish that they would change. But essentially, with the helicopter, the only way to get out is if you have somebody opens up the rappel. Like the driver has to open the rappel and actually you can't parachute. There's no parachuting. So
I'm sure that'll add that.
But
that's weird that they didn't actually release with that. Yeah,
that is a little strange. Yeah.
But it's honestly it's a very fun, amazing feeling game. It's I would say, as someone that's put a bunch of time into Battlefield, I would have to say that this is the better version. Like hands down.
That's what we said in the beta as well. Yeah, that's what we said in the beta, was like, this feels like a better version of Battlefield. Like, so
no, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man.
$14. It's $14.99. You can get the supporter pack. It's on Steam right now. It's in early access, but don't let it. Again, if you're a fan of shooters, if you're a fan of the Battlefield experience, honestly, like this gives me old school Battlefield 2. Days, like feeling
Battlefield Bad Company. This gives me the one when I played it. It was like Bad Company because of the destruction for like the walls and shit.
And I love like, I usually do not like open mics, like it just hot mics in games. The mics in this game is amazing. It's so much fun to listen to people just like yell and scream, because there is a kill. Like when you kill somebody, you'll hear them for like just a second. Before they die, and it's like
COD.
It's good. So
I would say, if you're gonna get it and you have the ability to do so, do what Scruffy did, like fork out the extra $15, because like I'm not sure if it's 3 people. I think it's a little bit more than that, but like it's a very small development team, and they've been working on this for a very long time. Like it's been around for at least
8 years or 6 years in the making.
I'm not sure how long, but from what we know and from what I've seen of it, like when I first saw it, it's been like 2 years. So
well,
like they've been developing this for a long time.
I think it's
And
6 years in the making is what I last saw.
Three developers,
Yeah,
three
and-
indie developers.
Yeah.
And the netcode, by the way, is amazing. Like I have not had any real issues with netcode, and
That's good, man.
they support private servers. They also support 256, 64, and 32. So if you don't want to do like massive battles, you can go and do smaller battles. They have Rush, they have Conquest, they have TDM. So they have multiple different modes. Like it's just honest to God, you kind of look at it and go like, holy shit, man! Like, wow, why can't other games just do this? Do what these three guys just did? So,
yeah.
Well, it's been something that we've been talking about a little bit the last couple of podcasts. Like I did the Death Must Die last week. We talked about a couple other ones a couple of weeks back, right? Like these indie developers that only have like 1, 2, 3 developers on the actual team, right? Like I feel like the AAA video game space is getting so like saturated and so I'm trying to think of what the word would be, but like boring. It's just like the AAA like development area is just boring as shit to me.
You know
right
what it
now.
might be, honestly, is a smaller team compared to a large AAA team. It could just be that, an idea doesn't have to be bounced around so many hoops.
It's very
and
possible as well.
hurdles.
Yeah.
And so that they can just listen to their community, see what their community wants, talk amongst, the 1 or 2
It's
other
very possible.
dudes.
Yeah.
Boom, guys, we did it. All right, move on to the next
There's
one.
there's something to be said. It falls back into that same situation we were talking about with the difference between Twitch and Kick, right?
Yeah.
Like Twitch has so many fucking levels of bureaucratic business bullshit that they have to go through to make a decision, whereas like Kick can just be like, hey Eddie, we should make this fucking change, and Eddie's like, yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Fucking
let's
do
do
it.
it.
Like,
Okay,
right.
why not?
so, so like yeah, having
That could be
like
it.
there can be something to be said about like too many chefs in the kitchen, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah,
too
well,
many
cooks.
too many codics in the boardroom, right?
also too, the other thing that you kind of look at, right, is that this is a game that they went after a focus, and they said, we want to do this and we want to do it really, really well.
Really well.
Whereas like
yeah.
I think you look at like Battlefield or all of these developers, and they try to do these just crazy, like, we have to make everything fucking massive, right? Everything's got to just be stupid, ridiculously over the top, and we have
That's
to do
all it
all,
is now,
and it's
and they
just like
pack
we
so
don't
much of
have
the-
to do that.
You know what? This game, it packs a lot into this game, but they don't pack useless. Everything is utilized. That's what
Yeah.
it seems, right? Like they don't just put useless mechanics or useless microtransactions, all that kind of shit. They don't just pack it with.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just-
think
it-
this one.
they
I don't
pack
think
it
this
with
one has
meaningful content.
microtransactions.
There is no
Was it?
microtransactions. Nope. It's
believe so.
literally
No.
it is buy the game and
Yeah.
and we make money. And they've just so
You're
you know,
good. Yeah,
2 million. They have 2 million users on this game.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Man.
2 million.
Like, just-
I think they said 2 million
That's-
copies have been sold. So
Beautiful. I'm so
yeah,
happy for them.
if you've got the money for it and you can fork out that extra $15, like definitely supports. I think it's Sergeant Okidoki, right? I think
Yeah.
that's the
Sergeant Okidoki,
Yeah,
There's
all
3
support all of
devs,
those developers.
Pulaski's and the Liquid
they-
Horse. Yeah.
They seem like the really cool guys. We made a video about it. This was like episode like 60
Just a
sometime
couple months
in
ago.
the past. Yeah. And we got some shit wrong, and he was just like, yeah, like you got some shit wrong, man. Like, but it's cool, whatever. So we did redact that information, but we appreciate them at least coming out and being like, hey, you said stuff wrong about us. Like, please,
Yeah.
please don't do that. Like he didn't say that, but like he was just like, hey, that was wrong. We're cool.
Hey,
with it,
and
though.
that
It's
was on
whatever.
us. I mean,
That was on
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So,
but
like,
I'm-
if you guys can support them with that extra $15, like 100% do it. Now
Do it.
that I know about that, I think I'm gonna go and pick it up for the $30. Just to, I might
Yeah.
not even play it right off the bat, but
I picked it up. I haven't even touched it yet, but I want it.
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
it's a blast. It's a fun time. I'm telling you.
Maybe
So
tonight.
So there you go. So that is Battle Bit, and they also, just as an FYI, they also brought out a new map. So they're constantly
Awesome.
bringing
Nice.
out new content as well. So
Awesome.
that's dope, man.
but yeah. Oh my God, is this really gonna? Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna skip this one because fucking the Washington Post is trying to make me buy
Yeah,
into
I
their
know.
shit.
I couldn't open
Get
that.
that
either.
It's
get that ad block, bro.
so
Mine's not doing it.
Stupid. Anyway, so moving on to the news section of the show. I mean, not if you live on a rock, if you use any social platform right now, you know, all you're hearing about is basically this ongoing now war between Twitter and Threads, right? But this actually started. Well, Threads, I'm sure, has been in development for a while. Like, I'll be 100% honest. Like, I'm sure that, you know, Meta and Zuckerberg had, you know, been wanting to do this for a while. But what kind of kicked this off is Elon Musk decided to go out there and put daily limits on what Twitter viewers can see, you know, and how many things that they could actually view. His original reasoning behind it was because, or he stated his original reasoning behind it was to help with bot moderation and get all these bot accounts, which Twitter is like, as soon as Elon Musk kind of took it over and like opened the gates, it flooded with bots. Like I get fucking bot things 1,000 times now.
I don't get him as much as I did when he first took over. Like it was like every day I was getting like 30 or 40 followers.
But then it just stopped one day.
Yeah, well, put that you're an influencer manager in your fucking title and watch what happens. So in any case,
because you pay for it, you pay for the bots.
Yeah, that's right. So I ended up I went and looked, and so his original one was they ended up limiting it to like, I think it was 500, 5,000,
600, I believe.
And well, no, it was actually 500. It was originally 500, and then they bumped it up to 600, and then they bumped it up now to 1,000 per day. So you can verified accounts are limited to 10,000 posts per day. Unverified accounts are 1,000 posts per day. And so that's kind of where they're sitting at now.
You also cannot view tweets, I believe, if you're not logged in.
No, they changed it.
They retract that.
They took out the link. You couldn't view links if you weren't logged in, and now you can. Yeah. They reversed that.
Gotcha.
What he then did an interview and actually came out and talked about this, which I'm actually not opposed to it. I think that this reasoning probably would have been a little bit stronger than his talking about bots. Is like he was like he said, look, he goes, we spend a majority of our time sucked into our devices. He goes, so to be 100% honest, I think that it's really good to limit the amount of intake that you have so that you can, converse. I don't know, but you can converse with somebody. He's like, and where he got the idea from, he said he went out to dinner and he saw an entire family doing nothing but looking at their phone. So he was like, you're sitting at dinner and all you're doing is looking at your phone. Like that's a problem.
That was my thought when I first saw the 300 or 600, whatever it was, the daily post limit that he first put into place. I was like, man, if you're literally on Twitter and you're looking through 300 to 600 posts in less than an hour, like you need fucking help. Like that
was my first thought too. I was like, I don't even go on it that much to hit that cap.
10,000 is a shit ton. 10,000 posts is a crazy, fucking man. You have an addiction.
10,000 for me would be like my entire like year worth of Twitter. Like, and I would still have like probably like 9,000 left over. Like, I mean, I hardly ever get on Twitter. But that's just me because I don't like Twitter. I think Twitter's this fucking cesspool.
Like, well, it's just, I mean,
you're not wrong, but
that's so many tweets. I mean, that's just
that is
so many posts.
That is way too much.
So that dropped, and then this kind of then Mark Zuckerberg decided to have Meta drop and launch Threads or a competitor, right? Yeah, I don't think Threads probably would have launched this early had this kind of not kicked this off. So they launched Threads. I have signed up and created an account on Threads because
so go follow him.
Yeah, go follow me on Threads. But you know, it is a very like, I don't know, it's very much Twitter. Like it's just it's just Twitter. The one thing that I will say is that Zuckerberg is saying like, oh, there's 30 million people have signed up for this. You know, he is known for embellishing his numbers for sure. The other thing
Stevens cracks me up, man. Stevens, you're like, yeah, go follow him on Twitter on Threads, and Stevens is like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not going to follow you somewhere else. You know,
I mean, here's what I'll say about Threads. Like in the half a day that I've been on it and using it,
Threads is gonna open up live streaming. Since like, all right, let's go there.
Let's go there. Let's try that out. Why not? Right?
Oh my god!
I mean, you used to be able to live stream on Twitter. That was a thing once.
You can still live stream on Twitter.
Can you still?
Yeah, you can still live stream on Twitter.
I thought they banned that. Okay.
So
go on.
The thing about the Threads that I will say is because Meta is behind it and it is an Instagram technical quote unquote app, the thing that I think Twitter has above it is that Threads like heavily pushes like their agenda, like heavily pushes their agenda. So like you see a shit ton of like NFL, NBA, Paris Hilton, like all of these things that I'm just like, why the fuck do I want to see any of this shit, right? You know, and I guarantee you give Threads like 6 months to a year, or come election time, it's going to be
it's
fucking
gonna be right where fucking Twitter was. Yeah.
So it's you know, and honestly, there's been other Twitter competitors that are like that too. What was that one started with an M? Mastodon or whatever. You know, they tried the same thing, and I think that's pretty much their state right now, although they're nowhere near as big, but I believe that's where they are at as well.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's out there, but also on top of that, Threads dropped, and then Elon is now suing Zuckerberg. So or Twitter is suing, or not suing, they're sending a cease and desist.
Yeah,
they're sending a cease and desist to them. Because I mean, if you look at it, dude, it literally
it looks exactly.
It's almost identical
to Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have not seen anything on it.
Yeah, it's like down to like they could have stolen the entire code. Like they could have.
So this is like Kick and Twitch.
Essentially, yeah.
Except they didn't actually buy Twitch's shit or Twitter's shit.
Like it's very. I don't know if let me see if this article actually shows like a thread. The other thing that I think is stupid is that you can't thread without having your phone. So you have
down towards the bottom. If you keep scrolling down, there's a picture of it.
So like this is how it looks like. These are threads. So like
these are threads that we're looking at right now.
Yeah. So tell me this is not like it looks like the blue check mark.
If you keep going down, there's like a full like mobile visual of it too.
I mean, yeah, but it also to me also looks like Instagram. Like
this does not look like Instagram.
I don't know. That looks like Twitter. That looks nothing like Instagram to me. Yeah.
This is
like
literally
sure they use like the heart and the send icon from it, but like that entire thing.
What other format are they gonna put it in though? I mean that's a thread form, like that's what Twitter is.
I don't know, man.
A thread format. Like I don't know. I don't see what else let's move our icons to the right side, guys. That'll
they can make it 20% different. That would have been 20% different. Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I yes, it looks very akin to Twitter, but I just don't see how
I wouldn't
you could differ it that much.
It looks like a straight up copy.
I don't know.
So
anyway, I don't think anything's gonna happen from the cease and desist. I can't imagine.
It won't.
No, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah. So that's your social. Maybe we'll have to add social platforms to the mix of everything. So
can we not, like, our podcast is already long enough.
We're gonna always keep adding
if
categories.
with Sin moving to Kick, what's next? Could be Rumble. We're gonna have to start talking about Rumble, Trovo. We're gonna have to go over to Brime now. Fucking. It's gonna be like 3 hours.
Excuse me for expanding my variety and my palette of platforms that I
3 fucking hour podcast.
Oh
bro.
my gosh!
This is what you get when you have a podcast ran from variety streamers.
When do I get my redemption arc? When do I get my? Does that not happen? I don't get it.
Well, stick on a fucking platform for longer than 2 weeks, and maybe you'd get one.
I did YouTube for almost a year. Fuck off. So I don't want to hear about it. Yeah, September was a year.
You streamed on YouTube. You didn't even try to do YouTube, sir.
Oh my god. Anyway, all right. Well, speaking of redemption arcs, let's talk about Red Dead Redemption. So there is a rumor out there that Red Dead Redemption is going to get a remaster.
I'm excited for this.
I'm not excited for this. This is fucking bullshit. Just put the fucking work into Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, how about we get a Red Dead Redemption 3?
I can give a shit less about Red Dead Redemption 2. All I want is Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. Give me
that. But that's what I'm saying. They have like it has been data mined that like Red Dead Redemption 2 had zombies and shit in it. They just never fucking went anywhere with it.
Okay, put it in there. I don't care where it goes.
Like that's the biggest thing is like it makes no sense to me why they just because they've completely stopped the development of Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Like they're making no more content for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I don't care what happens as long as I get Red Dead Redemption 2, whether that's in 1 or 2 or Undead Nightmare.
Undead Nightmare, yeah.
As long as it's 1 or 2, I don't care. Give it to me. That's all I need.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm really sick and tired of like not that the remasters that we've gotten has not been good. Like we've had some really great remasters and remakes,
some bangers.
But I really like to me, it's just this is just so lazy. Like, why? Like,
It is.
like the it's just like the like not that
Well, it's easy
Rockstar
money.
is like
It's
oh absolutely, but
Yeah.
like not that Rockstar is like Insomniac with or not, is it Insomniac that does Last of Us, right? No, Naughty Dog. Like Naughty Dog with
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Last of Us. I mean, Last of Us
Naughty
for like
Dog
shit.
or Bethesda with
That-
Skyrim, bro.
That
Yeah.
fucking game has been damn ported to every system, up-resed every single time, 3,000 times over. And so like I don't like, why not do Red Dead Redemption 3? Like, why not, instead of putting the effort
Or-
and the work into this,
or
like,
again,
Too much
could
work.
continue developing Red Dead Redemption 2. You have such a unique game on your hand with Red Dead Redemption 2, which by the
Especially,
way,
Red Dead Online. I
which
will
which
say.
which by the way, Red Dead Redemption 2 is on sale right now on the Steam Summer Sale. You'll be able to see that in the video that I'm going to post here pretty quickly. But shameless plug, Pre-Patch Podcast YouTube. Go and check it out. Hit that like button, all that good shit. I like legitimately they have such a stunning masterpiece on their hands with Red Dead Redemption 2 that if they would just take an iota of the effort that they put into GTA 5, right? Like if they would just take like a smidge of the effort that they put into GTA 5 and put it into not just Red Dead Online, but also Red Dead Redemption 2, like the single player version of it, right? Like they would have millions. They could sell millions of copies of that shit, dude. It's
You ain't wrong.
ridiculous.
They also stopped Red Dead Online development as
Yeah.
well, right?
No,
Not
they
just-
Red Dead-
it's
Red
completely
Dead-
done.
all across the board. I thought, yeah.
Red Dead 2 is done.
It's
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 sad.
being
It's
ran by a
sad.
skeleton. It's being ran by a skeleton crew, and they're literally just
that
putting out
is-
updates.
That is pretty wild to me because I mean
So-
you said it the best. They really do have a gem under their belt there, but that is
Well,
too
what's
bad.
Well,
They even could have just done like DLCs for the game and
Well,
that
they-
been
They didn't even let it
Under
really
Nightmare.
like. They didn't even that's what I was about to say is like they didn't even really like put the effort
Ugh.
into it because like again we know we've had people that have dug into the actual like
data mined or
files,
whatever.
data mined into the files. There's an entire section that is completely open. You can go to it if you go into dev mode in single player, where they are taking you over into Mexico, which Mexico is where the Undead Nightmare, if I remember correctly, started. Was over in Mexico, the Mexico portion of it.
I believe
So
so.
they have that
Been a while.
entire section of the map that they just haven't done anything with.
Yeah, I remember
it's
hearing about
there.
that.
It's there. They also have the aliens. Like there was an alien mod or an alien DLC
Easter
if I
egg?
remember correctly,
Oh,
or like
deals.
like an Easter egg of some sort. Like they have stuff like that in the game, but they just never did
That was
anything
the
with it.
best thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 is you had those fun like
Yeah.
cryptos Easter eggs, you know, like
Yeah.
Sasquatch and aliens. Like that's what made that game
I remember
so much fun, man. The
spending
Yeti.
hours looking for the fucking Bigfoot, dude. Like
Yeah,
both
dude,
both not
same.
only in Red Dead Redemption, but also in
But
like
in Undead Nightmare too.
no, not Undead Nightmare, but in GTA,
Oh,
as well.
Oh, okay.
You know,
yeah.
like San Andreas, because that was a big myth in San Andreas was that like you could find the
Mhm.
you could find Bigfoot, but
There, yeah. and
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, we can go on hours.
I
about their
agree
Easter eggs and
agree
how
with you
good they did
completely.
with
That I
but
think it's very lazy. I think it's extremely lazy that they continuously
it is.
just remake games. Like we've seen in the past 4 years, we've seen so many remakes. It's not even funny.
I mean, it's a shocker to me though that they didn't, as much as they put development into GTA 5, and that they just did not do anything with Red Dead, like as much as they could. Because I like
When it
even
was-
the online,
was
the
created-
online.
It's really a shock because they had a base. Like they had a good
Yeah.
foundation too. Like
Well,
they
the-
just dropped it.
And what I remember what they were talking about with online, and like how they were talking about like it was gonna turn into this like cops versus robbers and loots, and you had your own
Yeah.
den and your hideouts, and like none of that ever
No,
came to
never
be. you
never
know?
got put forward.
So it's
Like,
it's just
the
a shocker.
the community, myself included, was always like, I want, because at the end of Red Dead Redemption, spoilers if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know why you haven't done it yet, but spoilers. It you build like your own you go down the John Marston route, like right, like you become John Marston or whatever his name is, the dude from Red Dead.
That was
the
from the
first one, I think
first.
it's-
Yeah, that
I
was
think it's
John
John
Marston.
Marston,
It was, yeah.
So you take over John Marston after the original character kind of does what he's doing, right? And then you go and build in Red Dead Redemption 2, John Marston. The entire reason for John Marston is that his ranch got burned down and his wife and kids were, I think, kidnapped or killed. I can't remember which. you at the end of Red Dead Redemption 2 are building that ranch, right? So like like you're building that ranch that gets burned down in Red Dead Redemption 1. And
Where that
when
starts.
when we did that, and when the community saw that, they were like, dude, like give me the ability to have like hideouts like we have in GTA 5, right? Like GTA 5, you can go out and buy property. Give me the ability to make a ranch. Like give me the ability to like farm. Give me the ability to raise cattle. Give me the ability to have like a den,
stable.
stable.
I still think that it's an this
Show
is
all
off
your
topic of Red Dead,
Ferraris.
but on topic of the Westerns thing, I still think that's an untapped market for an MMO. Like I know that there are some out there like that are kind of, but they don't
like
they
a
don't
Western
they're-
MMO.
Yeah, just like dude, like I think people would eat it up, man. I think people would absolutely eat that shit up. Like
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, in a sense, WildStar was kind of a Western MMO, like a Western sci-fi MMO.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Yeah.
really do it in like the West or whatever. And honestly,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could have like there is, you know, the No Pixel guys have their wild RP servers. You know, and they do
don't
okay.
they don't do
but
as well. They don't do
they
as
don't-
well as the GTA RP.
The sad thing
No.
about Red Dead Online 2 is I don't know if it was ever even dealt with. Was it got riddled with hackers?
Yeah.
It was bad.
They dealt with it pretty quickly.
Did-
Like hackers were still an issue, but
Like,
they
I
weren't as bad
know,
as like when it first released.
I know Rockstar's got their hacker lobbies, which is a great
Yeah.
fix, but I didn't think that they were really pushing or like
Well, they didn't
or
push anything for
really
Red Dead 2.
enforced in Red Dead Online. Yeah, I didn't think.
I mean,
it was
they just-
as,
they just-
They did.
stopped,
yeah.
they stopped caring
was-
about it altogether.
It was patched in. They're still doing patches. Like they still have a skeleton crew doing
that's
patches, but they're
yeah.
not making new content. That's the biggest thing. Is like there's
Yeah.
no new content, and there was already a lack of content in the game.
Yeah,
So
so
but,
it's
yeah.
starved now. Well, too
Yeah.
bad.
So there you go. So maybe, and again, just so everybody knows, like this is the where the leak kind of came from was that there was a financial meeting, and during one of the things it was shown on a basically during a conference call that they had planned to launch 2 new iterations of a previously released title and 3 independent titles. And when you look at it, like they're not going to remaster GTA 4, right?
I had heard rumors about Bully. I had heard rumors that Bully might be being
Yeah,
remade.
I could
or
maybe
a new one.
say. I mean, there's 2, but I don't. If I look
don't-
at like, if I look at,
I don't think
like,
that Bully could come out now though. Like I really don't. Like that's
yeah,
Well,
I
they'll,
mean,
they'll
something I think
remaster.
that-
They'll remake it and tone it down some.
I think
a
if you're
lot,
looking
not
at,
some,
I think if you're looking at the games that they have under their belt, really the only ones that make sense for them to really redo would be a GTA 4, and then possibly a Red Dead. But
San
even
Andreas,
bro, give us San Andreas or Vice City.
well, they already remastered Vice City in a way. I mean, they
Oh yeah, they
up-resed it.
did. Yeah, they
so-
re-released it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
But
know
it was
that.
terrible. It was not received well.
Yeah.
If I
So-
remember correctly, didn't they pull it off
Wait.
shelves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember that now.
So, so there you go. So that is that one. I'm gonna skip around here. We're gonna talk about Halo, and Arc here for a second before we go into the other news. So you guys, Halo Infinite. You guys remember Halo Infinite?
What's
Yup.
Yeah.
Mm,
So Halo
No.
Infinite has lost 98%, 98% of its peak player count on Steam.
That's crazy, dude.
That's
This
a lot.
this is pretty insane.
I'm gonna and I hate to sound like a douchebag and say this, but like I
Well, you
kind
always
of
do.
called
So
it.
you're right.
I kind of called it to begin with. Like I didn't think this
Yeah.
was gonna do well on Steam to begin with. Like it barely held a fucking audience on Twitch when they first released it. So
I think the problem that like people
How are you?
like
I don't even know
I've
what
played
they
Halo.
could've
I've
done.
played Halo. They could have released a BR. Like I think that they should have.
Really? You
Honest to
think they
God,
should have done a
yes.
VR?
People wanted a Halo BR. People were asking and begging for a Halo
Okay,
BR.
I don't know. I think that if
And-
they would have got what they would have got what they wanted, I don't think it would have lived either. That's just me.
I still don't.
I don't
it
think-
would've
I
lived.
think-
don't,
I
don't
think it
think
would've-
you have a BR
I don't-
in the Halo universe.
I don't think
that makes
Halo
us-
in general is like a franchise that can go forward anymore. I really don't
Yeah.
think that it's
I
popular.
mean,
enough
they
to go
were
forward
banking
anymore.
on their Halo. What was it, Forge, and that did well for like a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then
I mean, the sad
was
thing
all the
is
same
that
thing, it
for
dropped.
Halo players, like I was an old school Halo player, man. I
So was
fucking
I,
know Life
yeah.
2 and 3. I actually liked Halo Infinite. I like it. It feels.
I did as well. Yeah.
Like,
no,
it-
I will say too. And I wasn't a Halo player back then. I didn't mind playing Halo Infinite either when it was like come in and play with like friends. Like it felt good. It felt fine, but
it just, yeah, I don't know. I
I don't
think
know.
that
It just didn't hit a mark for people, I guess, or something.
It's I think the biggest thing is that like it just felt dated. Like the gameplay and everything like that just felt dated. And
well, that's what I'm
because
saying. Like I think
it was an old game.
if
Like
you drop I think that they missed the mark with doing a BR style. I know like we like
don't know, man.
BRs are, but I'm telling you, man, like everybody, even to this day, they're still like, give me a Halo BR. Like I think
I get that, yeah.
if they drop a BR, right? Like there's not like think about it, when was the last time we got a
I
BR?
just don't think.
I'm still with Scruffy on here.
I just don't
in
think that
saying
would have
like,
lived, man.
yeah, they drop a BR and like
Rarely
it
do
would be
BRs
popular.
live nowadays, anyways. It's Fortnite, Apex.
That's it.
Am I missing
Hey,
one?
maybe PUBG.
Maybe.
Yeah, you get PUBG.
Maybe
But we
on
just saw Masquerade. They just shut down development. There was another a cycle, but that's an extraction.
There was
But either way, I mean,
there was that Magic one that you guys played that shut down recently. Spellblade or Spellbreak, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, but those
I
are
mean,
those
they
are
just don't
very
live.
those are still very niched out third person
Niche,
style.
But
Yeah,
still, Halo is big. A
Halo
Halo
would be
BR,
niche as
that
well,
would be
though.
niche.
Yeah.
I don't
Am I
think so, man. I think that you
think
know
it would.
the one thing that
I don't know.
Halo does well is that the gunplay feels good. Like the guns feel good in Halo. You take something like that and you mix into a BR into it. I think
I don't know.
I think it could do. I mean, I think it could do well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's what people are asking for.
I don't know.
So-
I don't think we'll ever see it now, so we'll never know. But
Well, in the words of Blizzard developers, you don't actually know what you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
Exactly.
I will say
Hey,
that
that's what I'm saying, though.
the one
To
thing
all
ab-
the Halo fans, you don't know what you want.
You
The
don't
one-
actually know what you want.
You don't want a Halo BR.
the one thing about this that is this is a doom and gloom kind of title, but I will say this doesn't take into effect all the people that are playing on Xbox Game Pass or on Xbox period, right? Because this is just specifically on Steam, right? Like, so I don't play
Yeah.
I don't play Halo on Steam. I play it on Xbox Game Pass.
I still think it's a better metric than looking at those because if it's failing on Steam, I don't see it doing well on Xbox or Xbox Game Pass personally.
I don't know. I think it probably
Because it's
you'd
free.
probably see it
It's
on
a
Xbox.
free to play game on both sides, right? Like you could play Halo Infinite on Steam for free. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it makes
So-
you log into the Xbox like
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah, it
even
does.
even things like not Rainbow, but what else? There's Apex. Like I don't play Apex through Steam because I don't want to have Steam running and I don't want to have Origin running. So I will just play
Yeah.
through Origin. So
Origin,
I'm
yeah.
not. I'd be interested to see what the actual numbers are like fully across all platforms. And I bet you Halo Infinite probably has a very strong console player base. Like I would
I
almost.
don't doubt that.
I would beg
because
that that's
it's built for console. Like
Right.
it's not really built for mouse and keyboard.
Well, Infinite was built specifically around mouse and keyboard support, but it's still I bet a bigger console game than it is
For sure. Yeah.
somewhere else. So, but anyway, 98% loss on Steam. That's still
That's
fucking-
huge, man.
that is
fucking huge.
insane.
Yeah, I'm sure that percent is mostly full of like new Halo players too, because you've never seen Halo on PC before, other than their remaster package, you know. But this was like a brand new title on PC.
Well, also the
yeah,
title was also marred just by their launch like was fucked. They were supposed to have it.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have the campaign with it. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
They didn't have
Yeah.
co-op, which what the fuck was that? Like,
But so I'm saying is like I'm sure that mostly the new players to Halo, their easiest avenue to get into it is Steam. You know,
Right.
So I'm sure
Yeah,
that's where
maybe.
you saw they picked it up and dropped it when it wasn't for them. So
all right. Moving on to something else that dropped or delayed. Ark. Remember Ark when we talked about Ark Survival
Man.
Remastered and how they were going to, do all this. So Ark.
did they drop Vin Diesel? Was he
No,
too
Ark
expensive?
2 is still happening. That's still a thing. So
Oh,
they
oh,
were.
this
This
is
is
just
the
shit.
like fucking survival
Yeah, I
remastered
remember
bullshit.
this bullshit.
Yeah. So their whole thing was like, oh, we're going to Unreal Engine 5, and this is So originally it was supposed
Stupid.
to come out. I think it was supposed to come out like August.
It's
and
October.
They pushed it to October. No, they
Or
pushed
no,
it to
yeah,
October.
they're pushing it to October.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Send
come
it to
out.
Oc-
I think
I
August.
think it was like August or September. I can't remember
yeah,
which.
something like that. Yeah.
And so basically, Studio Wildcard announced that it's delaying Ark Survival Ascended to October 2023. It's the remaster of the 2015 Survival Evolved. And basically, their reasoning is saying, oh, this Unreal Engine 5.2 is way too challenging. So I'm sure when that game launches, it's going to just be pristine and perfect.
Is this like the only dev we've ever had heard have problems with Unreal Engine 5? I feel like
I don't think so. No, I've heard that
Have you
Unreal
heard
Engine
some other
in
complaints?
general is really rough to develop on in some cases.
maybe so.
Especially considering that they're bringing all this stuff over from. I've heard a lot of people say that like if you're porting from an earlier version to a newer version, it's a fucking nightmare.
That's weird to me because I mean maybe not weird, but I know Unreal Engine themselves stated that the transition to Switch should be seamless.
Well,
I'm sure
you gotta
there were some
remember the
hitches.
Ark Survival Evolved was on like Unreal Engine like 2 or 3, so it's been a couple of generations. So
Well,
see,
so
yeah,
on
I don't know.
top of that, they've also said that furthermore, the Island DLC expansion, which was going to be included in the
Yeah.
game, is going to be included in the game, but the Scorched Earth expansion is going to be delayed until September or December.
yeah,
The Ragnarok and Aberration expansions are going to launch first quarter of 2024, followed by the rest of the maps
Wow.
after that. So
Yeah.
on top of that, additionally, the game's early access price is going to be $45 with a launch discount of $40, so $5. And
$5,
Ark
and you're not
Survival's
even getting
Evolved
everything.
servers are scheduled to go offline in August.
Yep.
To be replaced by Ark Survival Ascended, which is
That isn't going
this.
to be till October.
Yes. So, however,
So
the
you're gonna have a
Ascended's delay.
downtime.
Well, so
Oh
now
my
they're
God.
saying that the Ascended delay is they're pushing it back and saying, hey, the Evolve servers are now going to shut down on September 30th.
Okay. Oh, so they'll
Still-
stay up for the
still,
Either way, they're
it's
still
a fucking
shutting-
joke.
Like,
yeah, it's a fucking.
They-
We talked
they-
about
they
this when they
yeah.
we talked about this when they announced it. Like a month or like 2 or 3 months ago, right? To where it was like, so they're going to charge me again
yeah,
for
this
the
is
same
stupid.
fucking game on an updated engine that probably won't fucking work because again it's an upgraded, it's an upgrade to Unreal Engine 5, right? So it's probably going to be buggy as shit, even more buggy than Ark already is, which is insanely buggy to begin with, right? So I'm having to pay
Yep.
them for not only a worse experience, but I'm now having to pay them to delay the fucking DLCs that I already own.
yeah.
And think about this too: is all the people who are playing Ark, was it Survival Evolved, that's the one right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
On dated PCs that can only play
Yeah.
it on those PCs because they
Well,
can't.
Well, they're
buy a
not
new
shutting. So they're not
PC.
And
shutting down private servers.
the good
They're
thing,
just
yeah,
shutting down
the good thing
or
about it
shutting
is
down
like private
privates?
servers will continue to be a thing. Obviously,
Okay.
they're not gonna remove that, so that's a good thing. And
That's good
honestly,
at
like
least.
if I'm being completely honest, not a lot of people play on official servers to begin with. Like
Okay.
it takes a very hardcore person to play on like official PvP servers and official
Hey,
PvE
there's that
servers.
one guy, man, who is just a hero in those official servers, man. He's gonna be
What?
broken, heartbroken.
Yeah, no.
It's
I mean, there's a lot of like PvP servers that I know, like they call them. I think they call them Giga Clans or something like that. They're like
Kick a Chad.
they're like you know the huge clans inside of Rust that just kind of like take over an entire Rust server. You know?
Yes. My son
It's,
is
it's
part of
basically
one.
that. Yeah, it's basically
Oh,
that in Ark. They're called like Alpha Clans. I think they're called Alpha Clans. That's what it is. They're just huge fucking clans. that
I
take
can just
over
imagine
servers.
like their frat houses of like Chads. Like
I don't doubt it. Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. I've got a friend. I need to catch up with him and figure out what he thinks of this. But like he's one of those people that like only plays on official PvP servers, and he's an Australian. So
Oh yeah.
we give him shit all the time that when he's PvP and he's going mate.
They did drop the price, so it was supposed to be $60, and now it's 45.
Man. Thanks.
that-
Now I get to pay $45 for a game I already own.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
a
Good
step.
lord.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
It's just a weird
Maybe so.
flex. It's one of those things where it's like this should have been a free thing.
Yeah.
Like you're using this to basically learn how to code on a new engine. I shouldn't be
For-
paying you to learn how to
Yeah.
code on a new
Yeah.
engine.
Well, what's crazy to me too is that in a day and age where like Diablo 2 Resurrected, D2R exists, where I can literally, and I get it. I'm toggling between a game that's fucking 20 some odd years old, right? 30 years old. So I understand it, but in a game where I can toggle between those two, why not give me that option? Be like, hey, do I want to use the high res, Unreal Engine 5 pack? Yes, download it. Great, let me use it. If I can't, don't.
Like other games, they have that high resolution pack. Like
Right.
R6 does that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not just do that?
Let me, or whatever. And honestly, even if you want to charge, let's say $10, $15 for the high res, sure, I'm even okay with that. But like basically, I mean, I'm okay with
at least
it.
At least that's an option, right?
Right. But
Yeah,
to
that would
sit
be an
here and
option,
basically say,
whatever.
fuck you, we're shutting down the
it would
servers.
be
and...
one of those things. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like it would be one of those things though. If it was like if they weren't shutting down the servers,
yeah,
I'd be like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
sure.
there's no shutting. Don't shut down the servers, but give me and let me. If I want to pay for the sparkly, better looking version, sure, I'll pay $10, $20. Or I don't think they could charge more than $15. To be honest, for it.
No, I don't think you can charge more than 10 personally.
Yeah, 10 would be.
But it's anyway.
Yeah, that's not
so
happening.
there you go. All the ARC players out there, I'm sorry that Studio Wildcard is.
It's stupid, man. I am one of those ARC players, and I'm pissed. Like it makes no sense, man. It makes me not even want to play this.
At least you still got Vin Diesel in too. You got family.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
You got family.
gonna fucking drift on my Raptor.
Yeah,
family.
You know what? This is completely non-topic of Vin Diesel or ARC, but I have been watching The Isle recently, like gameplay of The Isle. Have you guys looked at that game?
I remember that.
It's like a dinosaur survival game.
I honestly almost tried to play it before, but I know it's pretty.
It's buggy as shit, but anyway, it was very interesting. To just I don't know. Fun fact.
They've got another one like that. That's like it's called like Land of Dragons or something like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
In the Dino world as well. Also, Exoprimal comes out, I think next week on the 11th.
That's like mecha.
It's
dinosaurs.
I'm actually thinking about.
It's on Game Pass. Yeah, it's on Game Pass. So yeah,
possibly,
we should
it
boot it up and try.
Does look kind of enjoyable. Yeah.
I didn't give it a fair shot when it was out in open beta or whatever it was recently, like a month ago, right? Like Crow Templar was playing a little bit a month ago, but I didn't give it a fair shot because I looked at it and I was like, dude, this reminds me very heavily of like Anthem. Like it looked exactly like Anthem, and I was just like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that again. Doing that again.
I don't want to get too off topic here, but isn't Wayfinder also coming out soon? Or am I
don't know. I mean, they're supposed to drop at some point.
I thought I heard something about them dropping soon,
but I don't know. They keep having their closed betas or closed tests, which we've been in, but we can't talk about because it's NDA'd. So
yeah, Wayfinder doesn't have a release date.
Just late 2023. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But we do have something that did drop today, and like I said, myself and Enigma have been playing Diablo 4 like crazy.
This is where I walk out.
And no, fuck you. You're gonna listen to it. And so we're gonna start off with the announcement of the new class. They have not had a new class since 2014. Just keep this in mind.
This is not in Diablo 4, by the way.
This is not Diablo 4. This is the new class. But I will say I think this is them testing this so that this is going to be the new class in Diablo.
I don't know, man. If they it's a vampire.
It's the Blood Knight. Yeah. So
I don't know, man. If they release this as a class in Diablo 4, I think this is just a cheap class to me. If they release it, because like the Necromancer already has a blood themed skill set. Like it makes it personally that just seems like really cheap to me. But
I don't know. I mean,
this looks pretty dope to me.
I'm not saying it doesn't look good. Like I'm definitely I think that it looks
that's
really
exactly
nice.
what you're saying.
No, it's not. I'm saying that the Necromancer already has a blood themed fucking.
Tell me though, this doesn't give you
blood now.
Oh my god! Can I talk for a second? Jesus Christ!
Yes,
Tell me this does not give you a Castlevania vibes though.
It does, yeah,
100% Castlevania.
Like, I will say
like this is V Rising, isn't it?
I was about to say that's what I was about to say. I will say when I was watching this, I was like, dude, they pulled half of this shit right from V Rising. This is fucking bullshit, man. What?
But it is
like,
I mean,
V Rising developers are over there like, what the fuck?
It's because they were already on their release, bro.
V Rising was already like when Diablo 4 released. They were like, okay, bye everybody. Like they had a couple of posts that were like, where they had like the lonely guy up in the corner, and it had the V Rising emblem, and then it had everybody down in the other corner with Diablo and shit. It's like,
So let me ask you this: would you rather have this as a new class, or would you rather have the monk or one of the other classes that we already have had before?
I mean,
know you
again,
said it can happen, but give me the Witch Doctor. I know you said that was because it's from 3, it won't happen. But
I mean, I don't think it
Doctor.
can't happen. The problem that we have with some of those other ones, like if they brought the Witch Doctor back, the Witch Doctor class already is a thing, right? Like it's already being
What you
done.
mean?
What the Witch Doctor does is already being done by the Rogue and the Necromancer, right?
Well, so what? Blood's already be done by the Necromancer.
I'm
so you
aware,
can't
and
have this guy.
I'm aware, and that's my biggest issue with it is like that. I don't understand why they would release this when you already have a class that has an entire fucking skill set built around this, right?
I mean, though I don't. Would you want them to make something completely new like that?
I would
like
want them to
new element
release
that's
something
not
that
in
we
the
don't.
game?
I would want them to release something we don't have, like
But, I
holy
mean, I'm
power,
sure this is gonna be
like a cleric or like a paladin. We don't have anything like that in the game right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I could see paladin working. I don't. I mean, I don't know. This class looks dope as shit. I'm not gonna.
It does.
Lie. Like,
it does look
I,
good. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. Like I actually, I kind of want to go and try it out on Diablo Immortal. Just to see how it fucking feels. This is Diablo.
This is
Immortal,
Diablo Immortal.
Oh my,
yeah,
I knew this looked different. I'm like, this looks so cartoony.
No,
now.
this is on Diablo Immortal. The one good thing that I did see about this is a free update.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is that nothing in Diablo Immortal is free. This this class might be free, but you're going to be paying for something.
There, he'll wail and he'll test it out for us. All right.
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
But yeah, that's kind of my opinion. Is like I understand where you're coming from. It does look like a cool class. It would be a cool addition. But again, my biggest issue is that just like we already have a class that does everything that this would do, you know. So they would have to diversify it so much. It would have to do things completely different in the way of like it couldn't be blood really. Like it would need to be completely different from what the Necromancer does for me to be like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Right? I mean, it just fits that a lot of the stuff that we have seen in
it does
the game or in like leaks and stuff like that, like with their merchandise.
I think it's
like it just.
I think it's kind of a cool storyline. Did you hear about did you watch?
Didn't get to.
So the storyline is that these specific classes are like they were tied to vampires at one point, and then when the vampires started like I can't remember what the exact thing was, but like they started turning against their vampires and using the powers that the vampires gave them. They were essentially thralls at one point.
Okay.
To protect vampires, and then the vampires either I can't remember if they turned against them or the vampires started like vanishing or disappearing, leaving them kind of to their own bullshit, right? That they started to do this, they started to kind of do their own thing, right? So it's kind of a cool backstory. I'm interested to see what like the because this is not something that we've ever seen in Diablo. This is a completely new.
On a total side note, I'm seeing some abilities that look just like
V Rising.
No, Swain from League. Like
I
saw him use his ultimate there, like his Swain's ultimate,
For sure. Yeah, no, it's they've pulled I think they've pulled a lot of inspiration from like V Rising, from Swain, from Castlevania for this. I think that's where a lot of their inspiration came from.
Dude, here's what I'll give it. And we always say this, but dude, fucking Blizzard's damn cinematic team does such a good job of building so much hype, dude.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, this is just like, oh fuck, I need to go play Diablo Immortal. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
they do a really good job.
So
with it.
good at it.
They have consistently continued to impress me with their cinematics. So
definitely,
every time.
So on top of that, they also announced and dropped.
Well, you never gave your opinion on it. Like, what's your opinion on it?
No, I mean, I am, I'm all for it. Like, I think it'll be different enough, right? Like, I think like the class will be very. I think blood will obviously be a feature in it, but I think that it will probably have more like What are you laughing about?
Because obviously blood's gonna be a part of it.
I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying
He's
is
a
that
vampire.
Nah, bro. They're gonna be
Sorry.
running veins of fucking
Guys,
gold, man.
He's actually a vegan vampire. Just like to get this clear.
I'm saying that it will have an obvious fucking blood tree, but there will be like, I think like we saw like lightning abilities. We saw these other things. So and also one of the things that I thought was really dope was the fact that it looked like it was dual wielding, like almost like pole arms. So another a class that can dual wield like actual bladed weapons looks really dope. That's also
what I thought at first was I thought it was a lancer. So
yeah,
it's like
he like has the ability to transform into almost kind of like a like this demon looking thing that just kind of gives me a little bit of druid almost kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, I think it could be cool. Like, obviously, I do think that this is probably them testing the waters to see kind of like, hey, is this something that we're going to bring into it? It does fit the ethos. It fits the lore. It fits the stuff that we've seen.
Another little like comment on that as well is like, I think that if they do pull this from Diablo Immortal and put it in Diablo 4, I think that's kind of cheapening Diablo 4.
No, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Has that not been confirmed yet that Diablo 4 is going to get this class?
No, we know we know we're getting a fifth class. We just don't know what.
They haven't said anything. Yeah,
right.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it's been heavily leaned on that it's either the reason I think that it's going to be this class is because it's heavily leaned on that there's going to be some type of dark knight class. Like we've seen drops and like I said, the merchandise and the lore that shows that it would be a darker knight, not necessarily like a paladin.
I still think it's going to be a paladin, but that's
maybe.
Just me.
And we don't have a healing class, so like that. So
well, not just a healing class. We don't have another class that uses a shield. Like it's literally just one class that uses a shield. So it's kind of weird.
All right, so moving on, they also talked about during the dev update to season 1. And the season of Malignant is the name of the season. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I watched the dev dive on this. So this starts on July 20th. The update is going to go live on the 18th as far as like pre-download.
Really impressed that it was coming out on the 20th. I thought that we were going to see like the end of next month, if not the start of next month, but like the end of this month is crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm super stoked for it. Some of the big changes that are coming in this quest line is we're getting new legendaries. Obviously, we are going to be getting. I'm just going to pull it up so I make sure that we have all of the news. And actually, I'll bring it down here so you guys can see the video that they dropped. There we go. For it, but or the trailer for it. So new legendary aspects are coming. Obviously, the battle pass is coming. We're getting these things called basically the Malignant, where you go into different areas and you make a choice between like purple, blue, red, green, these different color malignants, which spawn these bosses.
Malignant hearts.
Yeah, malignant hearts, which you then have to capture, and you can use them to socket into a piece of gear, right? So this takes some stuff from the PoE side. Like this is definitely
takes a huge amount from PoE from Syndicate. Their Syndicate. I think it was their Syndicate update, if I remember correctly.
Yep. So you're gonna have the you'll capture the heart, and then from there you'll be able to socket that heart, which gives you different aspects. Which I think, because we don't have so many abilities, like I think that this is huge. I think you need to continuously create reasonings for me to do different builds. Like one of the big arguments that a lot of people have right now is there's not a lot of build variety when it comes to Diablo 4.
I mean, I'm sure that creates metas too. I mean, is that wrong? Or I'm sure.
Yeah, it
does, because there's only like one or two builds per class that you can go with. Like
definitely. So without variety, it would definitely be meta.
The one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you caught this, and the one thing that worried me a little bit was so in order to put the malignant hearts into gear, it has to be malignant. Like it has to be a specific type.
It has to be colored, so you have to match the color.
Not just colored, but it has to be a specific type of gear. It has to be malignant gear, right?
It's rings. Yes, it's only rings.
I thought that they said that it was on other pieces of equipment too.
I think it's just jewelry. I'm pretty sure it's just rings and
I'm pretty sure that they said that it was on a couple of different pieces. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. I'll go with that. Jewelry. We'll go with jewelry only. Either way. So those specific pieces of jewelry, right? Like they drop with very specific colors on them. You can only put very specific malignant hearts into them. Each malignant heart has a specific color tied to it, right? But from what I understand, there's no way to change that. Like in
No.
PoE, you can change the color of gear,
Right.
but in this one, as far as I can tell, they've said that there's no way to change that, which is a terrible fucking decision in my opinion.
I mean, the reason they're doing it is because you get a choice between when you go into an area that has this infested kind of thing, and you choose between two different colors. So you're making the choice between what it is, and it says right here, it is verified. It's only infested jewelry that will be able to have the malignant heart. So it's only amulet and the 2 rings will be able to have the malignant hearts.
So they confirm the jewelry then,
and it has
Cool.
There's 32 hearts total that you can collect out of it. So
and I know that they said that they were catering these like pieces of jewelry and these pieces of equipment and the effects that the malignant heart, they were saying that they want those to feel overpowered.
yes,
Like they want those to feel extremely like broken in some
they
instances.
want
like obviously they said that if like the jewelry starts the entire map on fire, they're gonna fucking patch it. That was
Right.
literally their terms, their terminology, but obviously that's a given. But they
Right.
said that they want them to feel like a game changer for your character, essentially.
which is
good because right now, like the game is boring as shit in some cases because you literally have 2 fucking builds on most characters, right? So
I mean,
giving more build variety is huge.
I think also too that the big thing is that you're the sacred or like the uniques or whatever else that are supposed to be dropping, the ultra rares, like because the drop rate is so low, you don't have a lot of things that are making you feel just
For
like
sure.
super crazy. So this gives the ability to kind of, have that power fantasy that's in there. I mean, aside from like this, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that they're also just fixing inside of the game, one of which is they're not making there was a rumor out there that we were worried that you were going to have to complete the story. Again, you do not. As long as you complete the story on one of your characters, you do not have to go through the story again, which is awesome. They also are making it so that renown is now, everything is now cross server. So like across all your accounts, you don't have to unlock renown. You don't have to re-unlock the map, which is fucking thank God.
That cracked me up. That part that they were talking about, that kind of cracked me up a little bit because it's Todd Ferguson, right? That's the dude, Rod Ferguson. I'm sorry.
Who doesn't
Rod
know
Ferguson.
shit?
He said something that made me chuckle because it was like, I can't remember his exact terminology, but it was like, we've heard the complaints about this stuff, and granted, yes, we do agree with you guys in the complaints are valid, and you guys should feel lucky that we've put forward these changes. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. We should feel grateful that you, as a Blizzard employee and as a developer for Diablo, want to make your fucking game better. I'm sorry, what?
Well, that and also too, like when you're listening to him
I was
talk,
like, holy shit, man.
You could tell very much that he was like so out of the loop of what was kind of happening and going on, because he like there was multiple times where like the other devs had to kind of correct him and jump in, and it was just like
they probably just stuck him up there as like a spokesperson.
So someone just needs to mute his mic.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. He is the lead. I don't think he's a developer. He's just the lead of that entire section, right? So it kind of makes sense that he's not. It kind of makes sense that he's not entirely up on everything. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like if you're gonna put somebody up there,
but if you're speaking on it,
that's what I was about to say. Is if you're gonna put somebody up there in the public eye to answer questions, they should know what the fuck they're talking about, and they shouldn't tell your community that you should feel lucky that we implemented the changes that you wanted,
or at least give them a script or something.
The other thing,
we got a sleepy Rod over here.
So some of the other changes that they made, which are pretty huge, and I'm so happy because the cost of redoing your fucking Paragon board was ridiculous. So they have made it to where they're gonna bring in scrolls of amnesia, which are going to be introduced.
Well, they said
they
said that they
after.
they said that they were only going to give you one. and it
Right.
was only after you finished the
Well,
main.
they're
you
gonna-
gotta buy the other ones.
You're gonna make it. They're gonna make them purchasable, not with real money, but they'll make them purchasable through.
I bet they'll
I
make 'em
bet they'll
purchasable
make
with
'em
real
purchasable
money.
with real money, man.
That was
I doubt it.
my biggest thing. Was like, I guarantee you that'll be in the shop within a
That
week.
sounds
Nah.
like such a shop item.
I
if
don't think
I've
they'll
heard
do
of
it.
one.
I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll bring it
Or,
in
or,
the.
or they'll package it in with other like bundles and stuff that you
Well,
can buy.
There was a
Yeah.
report that I saw that said that the in-game shop has made them more money than the game's launch already. Like
Which doesn't make any sense to me because the in-game shop, like all the fucking, in my opinion, at least, like none of the cosmetic gear that they've had in that shop has impressed me really.
Well, I
other
mean,
than like one or two of them, like the main one that they had for the
it don't matter because you got
for
your
the
wills.
Necromancer.
I mean, Sin
Exactly.
bought stuff like
That
the
is-
first day he played.
that is
yeah,
very true.
absolutely.
Yes.
I've doubled the purchase for that game,
That is very
So-
true. Yes.
and I actually bought the new horse mount that's in the game, which looks
Oh my
amazing.
God.
It looks
They're
amazing.
funded by Sin.
So,
Well, I mean, look
Yeah,
at
you
his
know what,
look at his
Blizzard
whale
fans,
wall
you guys
back
are
there.
welcome.
Look at,
You guys
look
are-
at his whale
you-
wall
you-
back
you
there.
should
you
be
guys are welcome.
grateful
You should be
for
grateful that
Sin.
I am here
Yeah.
to support you to keep this game running. But no, they
Oh,
also made
God.
changes to the Helltide, which I
saw
think
that,
is
yeah.
also really big because uniques weren't dropping from it, which I think is fucking stupid. So
It's dumb.
they made it so
there's
now
there's no
uniques-
reason why the hardest content, like the final content in your game, should not be dropping. the
Which
final
actually-
gear.
that patch today. So that change is actually live right
Is that
now.
was that the patch that they pushed
Yeah,
for today?
yeah.
That's
So
really
now,
good.
yep. So Helltides will now drop unique, have the chance to drop unique gear. So, so all of that is going live on the 18th. But again, you will be able to play it on the 20th is when the new season starts. You will have to relevel a character
Yeah.
on a seasonal server, and then at the end of that season, it will transfer over to the Eternal server.
Eternal
So
realm,
you'll be able
yeah.
to keep your Eternal gear. Also, too, man, some of the they went in depth on the battle pass as well. Some of the battle pass gear that's in there looks really good.
It does. yeah.
and even the free stuff, like they had quite a bit of free things, and they reiterated multiple times that nothing that you get on the all battle pass stuff is cosmetic. It is nothing that is
One thing
bonus.
that impressed me as well with the stuff that's on the that's cosmetic on the battle passes is it's wearable by all characters. It's not
Yes.
locked
Well,
like the current shit.
unless it is unless it's
Unless it's
Nice add.
unless
Like
it's a
something like
weapon. that you-
focus or
yeah,
something
unless
like
it's a
that, yeah.
weapon that can't be used on other stuff,
Right.
obviously. But like all the armor cosmetics is across all skill or all classes. So
which I was worried about. I was really worried that they were gonna lock it.
I was kind of upset that they didn't have that already. Like I feel like a lot of the like we were talking about it just barely. There's a couple of cosmetic sets that I feel like didn't fit classes, right? Like there's several cosmetic sets on the barbarian that I don't feel fit the barbarian. They should be on the druid, right? Like there's no reason why they shouldn't be on the druid. So I feel like
they have a fairy princess for the Necro though, right?
yes, sure, why not?
What?
They should.
They
Why
should.
would they need a fairy
should.
princess
I
for the
agree.
Necro?
Why not?
What?
Why not?
I
bro?
don't know.
I'm
Why-
joking.
maybe the rogue. I could see that in the rogue, but no.
The,
On the
one thing
road.
that I do want to see, and hopefully it comes out later on in the seasons. I would love to see cosmetic sets for your summons. That's one
Yes,
thing that
I
I
agree
love
with
on
that, yeah.
PoE. Like PoE does it so well as like
Well, PoE
they
does
have
everything.
Yeah,
everything
that's
can
what I'm
be-
saying,
can
is
be
like they have
customized.
they have several cosmetic sets on PoE for like Necromancer. They have several sets for like
Yeah.
your spiritual guardians and everything like that redo the base design of your summons.
I mean,
like,
I will
don't
say
get me
PoE's
wrong,
Shop is
like-
expensive as hell, but
It is,
It does
yeah.
a lot, but they.
So I mean, so is Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is honestly pretty expensive too.
is it? Yeah.
Like
like
the,
one piece of gear is
the
so like my
Necromancer
horse.
is like 25 bucks.
Yeah, my
for-
horse
like
was
18
$10.
bucks, right?
My horse was $10. So
And we've
bucks.
talked about this. Me and Sinan
Yeah.
have talked about it a couple times. I really wish that they would make it so that you could buy them individually too.
yeah, like
Like, 'cause
individual.
there's
Like I want a
certain armor
headpiece.
pieces.
Yeah.
There's certain armor
Honestly-
pieces that I think would look good on other sets. That but
I
in
don't
order to
know
buy
why
that, you
more
have to buy the
games
entire
don't
thing.
do that. Like that's this totally random comparison.
Because it makes them
but
more money.
Honestly, I feel like it wouldn't. Battlefield 2042 does that, and they have bundles, but then they also split everything else up separately. And I feel like that makes just so much more sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have people who don't want to spend $25, but you have like 10 people who want to spend, oh, let's just pay $5. I don't know.
Yeah, but then you have the whales like Sin that are okay with paying $40.
Yeah,
I'm not
you know
okay
what?
with it.
I'm
I
not
will spend
I'm
it.
not grateful for you anymore. You're ruining what we
He's
can have.
completely okay with it. He's just like, swipe that credit card, cha-ching, bitch.
Whatever. It gets me flyer miles. I don't give a shit.
Oh god.
But no, it's look, overall, like what I'll say is that they could have, this was their first attempt to really, I think, to take a misstep. And to me, I think they did a great job. I think what they announced, like they really, I've been a supporter of Diablo 4 from the beginning. And I still and I still am a supporter. I think that they're doing the right things. I think that they're, I'm actually a proponent of them not making. They didn't release the buffs that they're going to drop, but he said it was 13 pages worth of changes that are coming to the game. So, and balance changes. So, I think I'm okay with that not happening until season 1. I'm okay with all of the things like, yes, is there some issues? Absolutely. But,
that was what it was. That was what it was. That was when they were talking about. They were saying that, like, yes, we understand that you guys want us to push out these updates quicker. But the one thing that you guys need to understand is that, like, we've already had season 1 and even season 2 planned out for months, right? And then literally at the end, he was like, so you guys should really feel lucky that we've pushed these updates out so quickly for you. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, Rob?
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree at 100% with that statement, because like I think a lot of people also, and they did say this, like the game is only a month. It's a month old. Yes, during this cast,
it might
like,
be a month old, but like
fuck,
a lot of. Well, hold up. Like, I understand you need to put your whale, your Diablo 4 whale back in its fucking cage for a second, but like,
I'm not saying holy fuck to you. I'm saying holy fuck.
A lot. No, I'm not saying about that. The thing you got to remember though is that a lot of the stuff that the community was like basically demanding them change, they've known about for months. They've known about it since the original beta.
I'm not
right.
I'm not
so
saying
that's the biggest thing that I have against it is like, yes, I understand that like they already have all this content planned and like they have, they can't really just like push things forward into a schedule very easily, right? But like, you've known about that for so fucking long and you still didn't change it before the release date,
right? But even though I do agree with the fact that we have gotten, updates on a very quick basis for what most developers would basically give you the finger and say, fuck you, we're not giving, you're going to get 3 months of this shit, right? Like, so it's I'm like, dude, it's only been a month. Like, people are like, I think they just need to like, and also too, a lot of the people that are griping are people that have no life the game. They've gone through all this content. They're, and then they're sitting here going like, well, I don't, and it's just like, guys, like, just take a fucking breath, man. It's that insatiable like, this is the part of the gaming world that I fucking hate, where gamers are just like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking just rage at that like littlest fucking thing or whatever because I'm not getting what I want. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, take a fucking breath.
I understand where you're coming from, right? But a lot of the gripes that the community had were warranted.
I'm not saying they're not
a lot of the shit that they were griping about was shit that they nerfed, right? Like, a lot of people were pissed off about the fucking fact that like they nerfed experience gains in dungeons because they wanted people to do Helltides. Well, make Helltides a little bit more what's it called? Make them a little bit more rewarding.
Yeah, I get it.
Make them a little bit more rewarding, and people would play them. The only reason why people moved to doing dungeons is because Helltides weren't rewarding. And they've known about that since they've known about that for a long time, since the original beta players, the people that couldn't participate in the fucking race. Which, do we want to talk about that, by the way?
Well, yeah, the race. Yeah, we can
talk about that.
Yeah. So the people that were participating in that race, they told these guys about how the fact that Helltides were not rewarding enough. Like, nobody was going to want to do them because they just didn't reward enough. So I understand where you're coming from and being like, the gaming culture these days is like rage because you don't have content, even though it's a month out. But like, the reason they weren't raging necessarily because of the content, they were raging because the content that they had was not enough for them to like essentially move forward. Like, they
I'm just saying though that in all of that nobody, I think people are missing the sight that in most games we would not have a single update come out this fast, this quick. And I'm not talking about the season. I'm just talking about at all. Like, I mean, they literally were like in there going, okay, cool. And yes, some of the patches were things that they needed to fix because it was broken or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, the response time of that team has been impressive, especially for fucking Blizzard, because Blizzard notoriously does not give a shit.
100%. Yeah,
so
100%.
That's all I'm saying.
They've definitely made a good impression on it, but like saying that like people, I don't think you said that.
I'm not saying that people's
saying that people's rage was not warranted was that's not.
I'm just asking people to calm the fuck down, like just temper, cool your tits. You know what I mean? Like, you know. So the people that shouldn't cool their tits are the people that got fucking that are not on that damn statue.
This statue. Yeah. So if you don't know what happened, this is obviously another drama, because Blizzard can't go a week without having some form of drama. So if you don't know what it was, we've talked about this a couple times in the past. Diablo 4, when they first released, we had a huge conversation about this. Sin felt one way, everybody else felt another way. We all gang piled on top of Sin and basically beat him into submission.
It was a good time, baby. Usually got to pay extra for that.
But essentially, you had the first to 100, the first 1,000 to 100 hardcore, right? The first to 1,000 or first 1,000 to level 100 hardcore, right? And the way that you had to do that was you had to post a picture of your character at 100, and then you had to
with your handle or whatever,
with your Blizzard handle and everything like that. And tons of people did it, right? We had it was very small at the start, and then it slowly started picking up until finally it just like the floodgates finally opened, right? And I think we were at like 250 for like a week and a half or something like that, right?
It was 169 was the
it was really low for a long time, like I said, and then the floodgates opened. But essentially,
you know why it was low?
Yeah.
So the server issues.
Yes, very much the server issues and a lot of the stupid issues that we were talking about.
How frustrating that would be.
But essentially, what happened was there's now people coming forward with verifiable proof that they like Twitter posts and dates and like timestamps and everything like that, right? That they were some of the first 100 to hit 100, right? And their names are not on the placards.
Wasn't there like a top names, like 12 or
like
14?
Yeah, like there's one that was like the top like 16 or 20 or something like that. And then there was like a bunch of top 100s that their names are just not even on that list.
Yeah, like one of them I think ran like in a group, and his group made it in.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of those people. There's actually a lot of instances of that where like his character necessarily or their character necessarily didn't make it in, but their group did.
So a lot of these people are not getting their name.
And the statue's done. The statue's done. Like
it's 100% done, right?
Well, if I remember correctly.
The thing about it too that people are saying, right, and Blizzard has not come out and said anything about this yet. Like is that some people are saying like you had to have like your certain DMs open, certain things could people block, certain people were banned, some people were doing it in like regions that weren't allowed. There were that's kind of what the rumors that are kind of flying around this is that it's not that the people that did complete them, that not all of them are 100% legit. But I don't know.
Where was any of this posted? Like, was this all like fine line kind of bullshit that they pulled, or like? Because I don't think.
I mean, there was definitely rules that they had. Like you could go,
but like.
Well, no, I'm saying like there was a very long list of like terms and condition rules that were applied into competing in this. I'm not saying that the rumors are true. I'm just saying that there are some things that people are saying like, hey, like this isn't just this, right? That this isn't all Blizzard's fault. That some of the people you're doing is illegal.
So some of the ones that I saw was like they didn't get put on there because of the dude's name, and I was looking at the dude's name and it was like Wolf.
Yeah.
Well,
one of them was like Pale Ginger.
Yeah.
And like. Well, yeah, I'm sure there was people who were out there, making goofy ass, inappropriate names, and completing it, and they have no right, of course, to be on that plaque or whatever it is, But for the people who actually, completed it, put their heart and soul into this shit. Granted, that's on fucking you, but either way, still, and they have every right to qualify. Then they have every right to bitch and complain to Blizzard about this.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, we're talking about a fucking statue.
I know, and I said like,
stupid.
I mean, I feel bad for these people nonetheless. Like, it was their choice to put their time and effort into this. But still, I just can't be. I'm just not shocked, and I to see that Blizzard with this whole challenge thing, how they were fucking up in the beginning, they fucked it up in the end too.
Yeah.
Big shocker.
I mean,
not surprised.
To be 100% honest,
surprising thing.
you know what your trophy is that you were able to make it to fucking 100 on hardcore during the launch of that game with all the fucking bullshit
Seriously.
server
True.
crap.
Yeah.
That's your fucking plaque. You have that, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
one of the ones that I found funny was like there was one that was like, hey, I didn't make it, my friends made it on there. I spent like 6 days of like
Yeah, I saw
1 hour long sleep. I barely peed and pooed. I barely ate, and it's like, dude, that's your
doing. That's
like, dude, that's your own fault, man. Like, come
Yeah.
on, dude.
you're
So-
ridiculous.
But hey, so since Blizzard hasn't responded to any of this yet, what do you think they're gonna do? You know what my guess is, they're gonna send like a little like postcard, like here's your name with a
Maybe.
little Blizzard
Yeah.
Blizzard postcard.
They'll-
Maybe.
They'll
Yeah.
make it 101 or 1001, 1002. Like,
Yeah, what
just
is-
keep adding to it.
I just
whatever.
I just don't I seem to remember that the statue is done, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's
I don't know. I didn't see that
at
for
Blizzard.
sure.
I don't know if it's etched yet. I don't
It's
know if
built,
they.
yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say I don't know if it's.
I don't think they
not
inscribed it
be,
yet.
yeah.
So.
But if it is etched, it's one of those things where it's like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Honestly,
already etched it, like-
if I was them, I'd be like, "Yo, hit me up with that Inara statue, that one that's like a fucking $1,000 or some
yeah,
shit."
true.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Give me
True,
that."
Like, give him something else. Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy with that. So
give him
I'm
give
gonna
him the
get a
like
postcard.
really honestly, what should have happened is instead of like a giant, like I get the grandeur of like a giant statue being placed in their campus and everything like that with all the names on it and everything like that. Like I understand the grandeur of that, but like what they really should have done is just sent out like individual statues of Lilith, like just smaller statues of Lilith to everybody.
You can tell
Right.
we're wrapping up here soon. Sin's going low.
Since
just sitting down, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much
So-
of like an Oompa Loompa I look because of the fucking red. I look fucking purple.
Plus,
You too.
you look like a kid
You
too
look
when
like
you're
you're
standing.
choking.
You look like a kid too when you're standing. You look like you're looking up at your parents, like, "Upsies, I want up, please."
Yeah. Mommy,
Anyway.
I have to throw up.
Anyway, in other quick hit news, the Division 2, they dropped their new
I saw that.
update, and they had issues with people with glitches that were causing problems, and they are banning people that basically abuse the glitch for
Good.
level XP and all this other kind of stuff. So that's
Glitch abusers are exploits hackers. I mean, that's all in the same category for me.
Glitchers or bitchers. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're banning people on that. Also, Apple is taking their court or their dispute with Epic to the Supreme Court, or they
Wait,
want
that's
to.
not done.
Well, it was
It is
done, but
done.
they're
Yeah.
they're appealing it and going to the
What?
Supreme
they're
Court.
appealing it.
Oh.
Well, they're not appealing the completed one. There was some conjunction that didn't go through that they didn't win that they're bringing to the Supreme Court to basically reopen.
So
Like they're
finish it off
they've won. They've
Yeah,
won the
'cause I thought they won,
main
man.
portion, but there's just like little conjectures and everything like that that they don't feel like they should have lost essentially. So they're bringing it to the Supreme Court. So
Well, there you go. There's that one. And then also in other news, the PS5 possibly could be getting a slim model. This came out during all of the
FTC hearings.
FTC stuff and everything like that. That
Um,
basically a slim model for the PS5 could be releasing this year. I don't know how I
Wasn't
feel
that
about
going on
that.
a price? Wasn't that going on like I saw something about that? Was
like
going on a price
$499.
point of
Four,
like
400. It's $400. Yeah.
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 Price drop and a slim model. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's been 2 years, I think, since the system's launched, right? It's been, I think it's 2 years.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Didn't it launch-
but
when
yeah.
did-
It
when did
sounds,
that
that
Longer,
sounds
hasn't
about
it? I feel like it's
right.
longer.
Hold
I
on
feel
a
like
sec.
it
When did
was before COVID.
PS5
no.
release.
Not before COVID.
It was like a little before COVID because they were running into
was,
into supply shortages.
November 19, 2020 is when it released.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
about right about COVID.
So
Right,
it'll,
right,
it'll
right.
it'll be about 3 years total. So I don't know. I guess. I mean, I think like these consoles are like 5 to 8 year, or no, 8 year consoles. So no, it's not getting a price drop. It's just gonna stay the same because the PS5 launches in November at $400. So the new system the slim will be $400, the exact same price.
Oh.
So
You want to know what it probably is though, is that they're trying to counteract the supply chain issues. It's probably what it is.
Yeah. Let's see. I think it said the release dates should arrive in 2023. This is a better looking, in my opinion, it's a better looking system. Let me see if I can get this up on. Give me a sec. I'm gonna see if I can get this up on our site. Hold on one sec, because we have time.
It's definitely one of those things. I think it's a.
We have time. Wow.
Yeah, we're actually ahead of the curve.
We're actually ahead of the
Wow.
of the ending. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it does look good. Like I will say that it does look good.
It looks
look
better
nice.
than because I don't like the design of the new one, like at all.
Let's go here.
That bent like base bottom looks nice. I will be honest.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta grab that. There we go. All right.
I'm curious to see if it'll still be as powerful as the previous one. Like because it's slim, I assume it doesn't have a disc port. Did the original PS5 have a disc port?
Well,
Yeah, they had a
disc and it had a non-disc.
Yeah, they had
non-disc,
two, and
whatever.
then they just kind of got rid of the. I think the newer ones don't have the disc port anymore. I don't know.
Yeah,
The slim, I doubt would. Yeah.
So,
no, I doubt. Yeah, all digital.
but I mean, if it looks like this, I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, I like that look. I think this fucking weird ass thing. I get what they were trying to do. Like they were trying. Like some people really love the design of this thing. I don't. I'm just like, dude, this seems to be a fucking box. I don't give a fuck. Like this looks more.
The regular 5.
Yes, like that thing
disgusting,
is just fucking.
The Voss looking thing.
Yeah,
and like it just made displaying and storing it so complicated.
We better get it out now while Bill's not here, because otherwise we'd get yelled at.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Love you, Bill, but no, look at the compare. Like, look, this is so much better. Like oh wait, hold on, there we go. This is so much better than that. Like side by side, like
right here. The PS5 Slim is predicted to cost $400, putting it on par with the PS5 Digital Edition, as the Slim isn't expected to have a disc drive either. So
there you go.
Yeah. So, but again, I don't know if this is actually what it's supposed to look like or not. I mean, I would assume it's probably pretty close. So, but
yeah.
You want to know what I want? I want a PS5, but like I wanted to just have the controllers attached to the sides like their handheld was. Right?
You know what? They should just put 2 controllers on the side of the Slim, right?
Yeah, just carry the entire PlayStation around with you. Like slap a fucking 14-inch monitor on that bitch too.
I was just gonna say like a laptop. You
Yeah.
You could just have a monitor lift. Yeah, man.
do you guys not remember? Do you guys not remember that Sony had that? Hold on. Do you guys not remember this thing? Let me find it. Let me find it. Hold on.
Are you talking about was it that little handheld
Xbox had one as well, where it was like it had a foldable had a foldable display and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Oh my god, is this
old.
only on? Can I only find this on? No, I can find a picture of it. Okay, good. Give me one sec.
Okay.
I will.
I want to see this thing. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, dude. Like just slap 2 cut the controller in half, super glue that bitch back together on both sides, and you're good. We're good to go.
Let me see. Give me a sec. I'm gonna pull this up for chat so you guys can see it as well.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
And there
Yeah,
it
that
is.
was,
You guys don't remember? You remember this thing?
I do
Scruff?
remember that. Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had one. But
I mean, if they
had.
they just put a controller on the side of those things, and now you boom, you got
literally, yeah. That was
like I said, they had one for the Xbox as well.
That was just an attachment to the PlayStation one, though, correct? Yeah, it was like how N64 they did like their attachment.
Honestly, it's a genius idea. Like the ability to take that. Like I would take that thing on a fucking car ride. Like you know what I mean?
Or like take that on an airplane. They'll probably be like, it's a bomb.
Yeah, you can't
Right?
do that these days.
You can't do that.
So
It'd have to the entire thing would have to be
God,
like in prisons where they
me
make the shrouds invisible.
Am I crazy though, just to love the look of retro game and consoles? Like just something about it just looks so much better than shit does today.
that's because they actually cared about what it
like design
is.
and
like
especially bro, if they brought back the translucent color era,
Game Boy Color. Oh yeah.
Man.
So fun fact about traveling and TSA, every time that I go through TSA, I get stopped because I always travel with like I have my fast charger for my phone. I have got my my Steam Deck, all its chargers. I've got the Steam Deck port thing so I can hook it up to the TV. I've got like mice, I've got keyboards, I have a laptop, I have the charge, like, and all the cables. I know that when it goes through there, they're like, this is a fucking bomb. Like, this is, I get stopped every fucking time. Every fucking time they stop me, and they're just like, what is this? And I'm like, it's just charging cables, man. Like, what do you want? And every time I had to go through it, I had to explain what it is. I don't know. So I'm sure I'm on a list somewhere.
Probably.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Anyway, well, chat. That
we actually do have like one question. I don't know if it really. It's from Celia Frostburn from earlier when we were talking about D4. It's just a quick question. How long until they put pay to win in to D4? Essentially, is the question. What do you think?
I don't
season 3.
I don't think
Season
they'll
3?
put pay to win. I think that they'll
all.
no. I don't
I
think
think
that.
they will.
I think pay to win will not be a thing. I think Diablo Immortal makes them too much money. They got a lot of flack from that. I think D4 is making them a lot of money.
How long is it between seasons? Was it like a month?
It's supposed to be 3 months.
No,
Seasons are
it'll be-
supposed to be 3 months
Oh,
each.
three
Yeah,
months.
it's like
okay.
it's once a quarter.
Longer. Okay. So yeah, 3 months. So season 3.
That doesn't necessarily mean that
quarters.
like it's going to be 3 months and then instantly
No.
into the next season. But yeah,
Well, I was gonna say about a year. You know, I'm thinking that they're gonna let the hype, not the hype, the heat die down of them putting pay to win in, and then they're just gonna.
So what would be the pay to win aspect of it? What are they gonna do? Like
Like,
They're
like
gonna-
what
the
we were just
fucking
mentioning
memory
before.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
They'll push whatever this the free track that they have.
that's
the
still not
experience
that's still not
buffs.
pay to that's not pay to win though. Like the
experience buffs for fucking that's
I'm not talking about the
100%
experience, but I'm talking about
yeah.
the scroll of amnesia. Like that's if you can choose to spend, 9
Yeah,
million.
I mean, if
want on
you
it.
can't
but
obtain it
still,
in the
yeah.
game, then yeah, it is
If it's-
100%
if it's
pay to win.
How? If
faster
I wanna
to
spend
obtain
9
through
million
buying it,
if I
then
want to spend 9 million gold on it,
how
then
long
I
does it take
can
to
choose.
grind 9 million gold?
Yeah,
It's not too
a
terrible.
long
I mean,
time.
no, the fuck it's not, dude. I mean, I've got people that I know people that have got like 259
Yeah,
million.
if you
Like,
know life, the shit. I mean,
no, you could easily get 9 million gold in probably less than a week.
I'm
I don't
not
know,
playing
man.
the game for a week.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you don't
know,
play the
man.
game at all.
You're a fucking whale, so your opinions
Oh
don't
my
matter, sir.
God, no, just saying.
Anyways,
Anyway.
great question, Celia.
Yeah,
That's why
thank you,
we
Celia.
take these
Indeed.
questions.
And if you would also like to be able to post questions to us and the fellow chat members, you can join us live. Like I said, we do this every single Thursday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern here across YouTube and on Twitch. You can also send it in our Discord, !Discord, I think is a command that we have set in our chats. If not, you can head you can look up pre-patch Discord and find our Discord. You can also post it on comments and on our videos. We look at those. You can send them to email at prepatch podcast@gmail.com. There's
Pre-patch
Hun-
team.
prepatch team, sorry, at gmail.com. You can there's multiple ways of being able to kind of get your questions and stuff like that on there. So yeah. Episode 89, it's done. We're wrapped up on
In
time
your
too.
on time.
bags.
Literally
On
on time.
time.
Yeah, on
Wow.
time. So, but I hope
That's
that
rare.
you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Scruffy, anybody gonna be streaming after this?
Not immediately after this, but I will say that I will be coming back to streaming here. I'm excited to come back because it's been a while, from busy last month, from vacation and all that. Finally, I think I'm ready to ease back in. I'm
Okay.
ready.
All right. Well, make
So,
sure that you.
there's
Scruffy, if you go to kick,
We're
I'm gonna
good.
kick your ass, bro.
I might,
promise.
who knows?
I
maybe
will-
I'll-
I will
I'll kick
find
I'll
you
kick it
and
over
I
there with
will kick
Sin,
you.
He will literally hit you. No, he's not, because you know what? He won't go in your chat, so he can't do anything. What is he gonna do?
That's
He's
true.
not gonna show up in your chat. He literally
Yeah.
won't
I'll
do
get
shit.
I'll get Stevens to talk shit for me. He'll go
Stevens
over
ain't going over. No, Stevens was over there.
Stevens,
wasn't
yeah, Stevens followed me
Yeah.
over.
there. I don't know why, Stevens. You should have held the fucking ground, man.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Stevens is the real one. So, but that's it. Episode 89 is done, and we will be back next week with episode number 90, and then 10 weeks from that we will be. What is it? So 10. What is 10 weeks going to put us at? Where will that put us?
Well, it's
It's much
4
math.
weeks
It's
per
like-
month, so
like
2.5 months.
2.5
roughly.
months. Yeah.
So what? September and almost October we will be
Almost October, yeah.
at
Yeah.
100 episodes. We got to do something big
It's
for
the
that.
naked episode. Yeah, that's the naked episode.
Well, anyway.
Just sub to our Patreon.
Yep. I think I may boot up a stream right after this if you guys want to. I think I'll probably play some BattleBit. Scruffy, you're more than welcome to join in. Enigma as well. You're more than welcome to jump in if you want. But you will be featured on Kick, just so you know.
Filthy fucking kicker. Yeah.
Whoa, bro. Whoa.
Okay. Close the cast.
Jeez, on that one, we are out of here. Bye. I'm not doing this. Jeez, I'm not gonna get canceled for you, you stupid shit.
I said kicker.
Installation.